What is going on, ladies and gentlemen of the tribe? How are we all doing? We good? You can see my boy Death's Helm is in here. It says Night Fox and Stowe's Star Trap. Star Trap 3, indeed. How we doing, guys? We good? Are we good? Wolfman, Emmett, Wombat, Scrub. Who are you calling a scrub? You're a scrub. Cheeky little wombat. Oh, dear me. Dear me. So how about that Bane, buddy? How about that Bane? He's a pretty phenomenal character. Show me your Bane. Baned over, and I'll show you. Ha! Got him. Oh, I know, Bazinga. I was just chilling. I was just chilling with my full screen. Chilling with my full screen. You modding Bane for offense? No, that's a waste. I'm still going health. You have deployed the likes. Thank you, green gold. Are you green or are you gold? Who knows? Maybe both. Gungans. Running bald man, you're not wrong. Bane does funny things. Yeah, I'm actually running my hot utils mod calibration right now to redo the mods. So I've left, I haven't, like, my mods are still stripped from yesterday. So he's got silly mods on at the minute. R9 is the best of Banes. He is indeed. Mine is currently missing a mod. Merp. I must have taken it off for something. Oh yeah, I did some remodding for the raid just now. So he's missing some mods. But like I said, Hot Utils is currently running its lovely calibration of my mods to see what I need to put in where and why. But it's going to take a little bit of time, so I'll need that to run, need to apply it, and need to throw it on and lock into GAC. That's the plan so far. You think Bane and C stay health? The health-based attacks deal no damage, and his other ones do a lot of damage. I still maintain that health is fine. Alright, he's a scrub. Yep. Happy RJ Day. RJ Day? RJ Day. What's going on? Why is my game looking like it's about to fall on its ass? I'm going to restart the app. The way I had modded him yesterday, he was doing absolutely fine. He still claps, but I did have 12k offense on him, so that would you know, be a thing. They committed to telling us that all the Gungans will have the same marquee release as boss. Yeah, it's good stuff, isn't it? Yeah, pretty much Wombat. The priority I still feel for him is to keep him alive. He doesn't need to do a lot of damage because he's going to ramp over time, whereas he is incredibly tanky. So leaning into that to make sure he can't just be yeeted seems to be the smart choice for me. Most of us need an offense set to hit 12k offense, Scribe. Well, you know, can't all be as good as me. Well, obviously there are people with much better mods than me. Smudgers! Treats for Smudge Bear. I'll sort that out in a minute. Sort it out in a minute. Gotta get the little bear going. Oh, right. I see, Steve. So, I didn't realize that was a Tuesday thing. I need to tell Mrs. Scribbles. I didn't realize that Tuesdays was RJ Day. Why did nobody tell... When I went through the school of being a man, how come nobody told me about RJ Tuesdays? God damn. Oh my gosh. Smudgers. Yeah, we'll get him in a minute. Oh, I haven't done my fleet challenge yet. Let's change the screen over. Let's get that done. Yeah, the game started crashing. That's why we restarted, wasn't it? That's why we restarted. That's why we did it. Because the game was acting rather silly. Zerko resubbed. I remembered for a change, you utter scrub lord. Who are you calling a scrub lord? You've been subbed to me for 37 months. Who's the real scrub, eh? Thank you, Zerko. Appreciate you. Yeah, I should have really not left my Hot Utils remod sort of this close to signing in. But today, I had 5.5 hours of back-to-back meetings. Isn't that nice? Isn't that lovely? So I've got 2 hours and 5 minutes to get my modding sorted before lock-in. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Normally it's a Wednesday, Friday, or a Sunday. I mean, there is that, Steve. Exactly, Garth. At least I'll always have my founder's badge. Well, indeed. Indeed you will. All right, let's go get the chonky one. Let's go get the chonky one. The chunky one is here. Come on in, Smidges. Look, like this. Like Smidge, stop being awkward. You know how to sit up like this, don't you? This is very strange. He's normally very good at sitting on my hands, and he's not. Oh, he's a good bear. Yeah, I've taken him from his nap downstairs, basically. Come on, my bear. There you go, good boy. Oh, yes. Come on, Smudges. Wait. He's refusing to sit up. Come on. There we go. There we go. We got the big boy now. Oh, Indy wants some too, as you can see. Indy, get your head out of the dreamy jar. Good boy, Smidges. Down you go. Come here, little girl. Yeah. Indy is a little bit more aggressive with them. Ow. Get your claws out of my fingers. Ow, Indy. That's my finger. Oi, stop that. It's Daddy's fingers. No. Licking is okay, biting is not. Ow. Indy, no. Hey, don't do that. Good girl. Come in here. Eat the kitten. Oh, dear me. She's just a little bit excitable, that's all. A little bit excitable. The return of the king. The king has returned. Gak last night finally got you to 17,000 crystals needed for a 7-star exec. Hey, congrats, buddy. 15th is going to be fun. Hell yeah. I mean, it's always tons of fun. Like if it's like a day one, you need to do it stupid amounts of time. Stupid amounts of time. Finally back to K1 again. Hey, congrats, Steve. I'm sure I'll be back to K2 after this week. Yeah, we never know. Little bro wants to fight. Oh, she's a girl, Isaac. Love the shock when she gets smacked like, what? I'm innocent. Goes back to eating fingers. Pretty much. I give her a little bit of a bop on the nose to tell her off when she gets too aggressive. Because she does. She literally cuts the skin. She's a naughty girl. Licking is okay. Biting is not. That's what you... XO. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hey, what's going on, Vin? How you doing, Rob? How are you guys today? How are you guys doing today? All right. Let's see. Okay, cool. We got some stuff to do. So let's see. What did it put for my Bane? My Bane went to... Yeah, that's probably too much health, to be honest. It's probably too much health. We might want to change this up just a smidgen. Let's go sets. Let's go advanced. I'm going to rerun this. Advanced, I want him to still have 12k offense. Required sets. No, required stat targets. Offense. Minimum of, let's say 11,500 actually. I won't go so crazy as 12k. Units. Let's just double check Bane's stats. Yep. Primaries. Give them the option. And then automated once more. Automate it once more. We're just trying to cut the line nice and thin between lock-in. Maybe a little raking is okay though. Well, I mean, whatever floats your boat, Steve. Today was the first time on college after your break for me, so nothing new. Ah, fair enough, Ketchkill. Are you going for offense set on Bane? I'm going for health and offense, basically, then. Doing a posture check just because my chiropractor has told me I need to play closer attention. Ah, you have an arch that's forming that doesn't look good. Oh, well, Steve. I always have to try and remind myself to, you know, sit up in my chair a little bit more because I sit here all day. All day I am at this desk. And, you know, when you're sat down for like 12 plus hours a day, you probably should be in a good seating position. I would rather have a standing desk, to be honest. I'd rather have a standing desk so I don't have to worry about that so much. I can be on my feet, burn more calories, you know, just be overall a little bit healthier. You did all health except a crit damage triangle. That's fair, Vin. Makes sense. New sub goal. What's a new sub goal? Well, the current one is Omega. We're going to be doing roster reviews today, guys. So my aim today is trying to get this Tarpals up to £100 so we can afford a vault on Tarpals. That's my goal today, is to hit this. Hopefully we can hit it. That's only technically 3 premium roster reviews, so hopefully we'll be able to hit that today. But if we don't, it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. I'll just cry. That's all. I'll just cry. And we'll do the reviews anyway, because that's how we roll. That is how we roll. No, because Steve, she's a little bit more of a dom, if you know what I mean, and she likes to put me in my place, so she likes to lean into that role a little too literally. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, so Vin, I'm going... health is the primary focus, and then I want to have a good chunk of offense on him as well. But I gotta buy my own vault first. Karth, I don't think you want a roster review, my friend. You don't want a roster review. And you can buy your own vault, don't worry. I will allow you. Unless you want to gift me one inside of guild... Oh, wait. Oh, wait. I forgot. We're not in the same guild anymore. Dang nabbit, Karth. So you can get a roster review with added tiers because either a free review or your roster sucks. Who knows? One or the other. Everyone's got their thing. You know that, right, Steve? You mean you haven't even pre-bought it? No? Pre-bought what? Pre-bought what? You get all the vaults to feel better. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that's how it works, Night Fox. Hey, Dark Ghost, how you doing today? You try to avoid buying ahead of time because I spend it on other things first. Oh, you're talking about the crystals? Yeah, no, I don't. I mean, I haven't bought many vaults in my time in general. Hey, Kimmy, how you doing? I'm only doing this for the Gungans, basically. The Gungaroos. I have a feeling that the, like, Hot Utils running the mod setup is eating into my computing power, and it's causing it to slow down. I have a feeling that's what's happening. Yeah. Anyway, what crazy teams have you seen? Have you guys seen Bane take out? I'll buy myself a vault in your name. Thank you, Juan. You go ahead. You buy it in my name, and I will be happy for you, Juan. You have him sitting at 140k health with 10,300 offense. Nice, dude. That's there or thereabouts that I want to be. I doubt I can hit those thresholds. I don't think my mods are going to be that good, but I'm hoping for around 100 and over 100k, and I've put it to be 11.5k min for offense. That might be asking a bit much. Bane lead with Talon is pretty wild. Can you show us Bane versus Leia? I can try, but I don't think I've got any layers in my shard at the moment. That's part of the problem. Is I'm 4th at the minute. So it all depends on... Oh, we've got a layer here. We've got a layer here. So we could try it. We could certainly try it. I'd have to put that mod back on him. With what setup, Wombat? With who exactly? With C? Like C or Lord Vader? I haven't had an opportunity to see what other people have been running recently, because I've just been working all day. When's lock? In just under 2 hours, my friend. Bane and Talon beats Reaver. Yeah, I've heard that one. And Bane and Nihilus as well, right? Do. Lord Vader, Bane. Let's give it a try. Lord Vader and Bane. He's probably missing mods right now because of the remod I did for Thingamabob. Oh, he's not. Glorious. R8 is all that's needed. R9 if you want to be a little tankier. Yeah, this is definitely running super slow at the minute. Health set. Offense primary. Speed and health. Sure. That'll work. We'll just steal Ray's health set. So what's that? 106k health and 12k offense. Let's run that. Andrew, thank you so much, buddy. A little extra because I don't know how to send to your PayPal. Oh, that's a very, very good point. I haven't put up the things yet, but I've got you noted, buddy. Thank you. Appreciate you. All right, let's put on Datacron. Sorry, I'm just getting that my roster review sheets up and running. Diddle-a-doo-doo. All right, let's finish this up. I'm thinking probably this set over here somewhere. We've got some deflection, we've got some resistance. That'll do, that'll do. Thank you once again, Andrew. Appreciate you, my friend. You took out a full Relic 9 Lord Vader DTMG? Yep. With only C and Bane? Yep, I did that as well yesterday. It was sick. I tried it again today, though, and it did fail because I had I had Maul use all 5 stacks on Bane and killed him. I was like, oh. See, Bane beats whatever Lord Vader comp. Yeah. Thank you, Joe. I'll get to you in just one moment. You're taking us one step closer to that Tarpals, baby. Alright, so this is Toxic Layer over here. Hi, yep. She's calling in the Ewoks, the Ewokes. I mean, we can't miss, so... There's no point in doing the cooldown reduction, because that doesn't do anything. So I'm thinking maybe we do the AoE right now. Even though it's going to miss on her, it should still hit other people, right? Because that's going to raise our thingamabob, I think. Our siphon. I feel like we need to kill Chewie first. God, this is playing like ass right now. I'm going to have to restart after this, guys. I'm sorry. Lord Vader's ult is just flying as well. He's getting the accelerated ult, isn't he? Thanks to Bane. Unfortunately, we've been captured on Bane as well. That's not ideal. Yeah, you can't stun Vader, Chewie. That doesn't work. Well, bye, Chewie. Boop. Bane is back up to full health. Let's work on Solo. Decrease the offense. I love that he does that on a basic. It's huge. Thank you, Joe Cross. I'll get you in just... well, we haven't started the roster reviews yet, but I will get you on the priority list, my friend. Thank you so much, buddy. Alright, let's get it. He's also, unfortunately, Lord Vader is stripping mastery from Bane when he ults as well, which does kind of suck. But what can you do, eh? Eek, eek. Drop a fat stack. Don't like that. Are you using full health primaries? No, Squall. No, that's actually mostly with offense primaries there. Mostly offense primaries. Twitch didn't want to play your stream on my phone, but YouTube does. That's weird, Steve. I don't know why. I don't know why. This isn't looking too pretty, I'll be honest. You faced a Bane team with your Lord Vader? Super easy. Well, I mean, it's not a defensive team, guys. Let's be honest. It's not going to do anything. You're not going to see it on defense. Because it's you can't set an undermanned defensive team. And I can't see a Sith lead Bane squad really doing much of anything. You know? Boop. Yeah, this ain't looking too pretty, guys. Ain't looking too pretty. I probably just played it wrong, I guess. I probably played it wrong. Let's also restart this thing. Because that's not... Oh, hang on, there's that as well. Yeah. There was something else running in the background. That's probably why. That's probably why. Helps to not try and drag down all of your computer's resources at once. Alright. Joe, I better get you on there, buddy. Alrighty. Alrighty. So I guess we'll hit this. Just over here. 1 second. Sorry, guys. I'm getting everything set up real quick. Hey, Aslan. How you doing, brother? Good to see you, my man. Good to see you. Alrighty. We'll just go ahead and pin that message there. And pin this message here. Alrighty, so before we begin today, we are doing roster reviews for the evening, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to have your roster review, you'll need to put in your ally code into the chat, give me your name, and I will write you down and add you to the list. We go through on a first come, first served basis. If you are feeling kind and generous, you can go to my PayPal, which is linked in the pinned chat of your chat message, and a donation of $5 gets you on the priority list, which goes towards my Tarpals down here. Whoop, whoopoo! And that will get you essentially priority in the ordering listing, right? I can't guarantee that we get through everybody. I can guarantee that if you do pay for a roster review, you'll absolutely get it, though. So we're going to start up here in a few short minutes. I just want to make sure that I can get my Hot Utils loadout saved up, loaded in, and locked into GAC. Let's see. I'm just going to have a look and see what they've done with my Bane. Bane, 130,000. Oh, yes, baby. 130k health and 11,500 offense. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. So let's save that loadout and push it out to the wider audience. Get it into the game so I can lock into GAC with 1 hour and 40 odd minutes left to go. All right, so I can see Aatrox over here has put his... Oh, hang on. We've got Generic Insults. That's a great name. That is a great name. Generic Insults. Sounds like my life. Alrighty, so Generic Insults over there. We've got Aatrox as well. Now, if you're in YouTube, make sure that you space apart your ally code numbers with some sort of separator. Caesar Rip as well, because otherwise... it quite often blanks it out, so YouTube doesn't let it push it out. So if you are putting your ally code in, please make sure you separate them either with an X or a dash or something like that, okay? You ended up with full health with offense secondaries, but really want more offense? Yeah. Memesi over here as well. Hey, Demiurge, how you doing today? Thank you, Memesi. I got you down in there, buddy. Now, I'm trying to get everybody's name written down, guys. I apologize if I miss someone. I'm trying my best to make sure that I capture everybody here. Did you go off it? I went for full health sets, Wolfie. Full health sets with... I'll have to... let me double check, actually. I told it to go for full health sets, but I could have just let Hot Utils figure that one out. It's full health sets, one offense primary, 2 health primaries, 129,000 health and 11,500 offense is what it's going for right now. Just need to free up a bunch of mod slots. Gotta do that. Because I won't be able to apply this mod set if I don't. And that would be rather embarrassing. So. Are you signed up? You are. I've got your name down, Aatrox. Yeah, I've got you down, buddy. I've got you down. Don't you worry, honey. I've got you down. So, like I said, once again, put your ally codes in, your names, if you want to have a roster review. I will try and get through to each and every one of you as quickly as possible. If you want to be kind and donate to the cause, you will get to put on the priority list, and we'll get through you as we do. We are pretty close to that 100 right now, so that's sick. Make sure that if you are donating, go through the PayPal account as well, which is linked in the chat, okay? You've got 138k on health and 10.5k damage. Nice, Veeth. Nice. Good stuff, dude. More health, less offense. Sure, it works out fine. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to sort out mod inventory space. Unfortunately, when I do a full roster remod, it does require mod management to make it work. Gotta get rid of some of these mods. Ba-da-ba-bo-ba-bo. That's them. For lack of enough health mods, mine is offense and health sets, 119k health and 12k of offense, but low speed. Yeah, no, I've gone for very low speed. I don't think speed is massively important on Bane. It's okay to have some, but he can also stack. Speed, can't he? He can stack speed with one of his uniques. Doesn't he gain 10 speed every time an enemy takes a turn up to 100 plus speed? So he does ramp speed. Which I know would still be nice if you are also... if you also have a lot of speed on him anyway. Just base speed. Alright. Hang on. Bear with. Where is that particular thingamabob? Ah, there we go. That's what I was looking for. Only the unequipped mods, please. Only the unequipped mods, if you please. Get that. Get that. Gotta get that. Gotta get that. Alright. Take these up to a 12. Why is Hot Utils being awkward with me? You went for health primaries and protection secondaries? Ah, so you've gone for maximum chonkage then, Roy. 145k health, 11.3k physical speed, and physical offense, sorry. 11.3k speed, could you imagine? And 251 speed. That sounds very good, Wolfie. That sounds very good. Well, those didn't pan out. Get rid of those. Alright, bear with, bear with. Get your ally codes in there, ladies and gentlemen. Get your ally codes in. Roll up, roll up. Right. Click fill. Click fill. At 1.4. Sucked it up and went to R9. Oh, nice one, Wolfie. Yeah, it's tempting. It's tempting, but I don't think it's necessary. There should be a link within the pinned chat comment up above. Oh, okay, no, it's not. I sincerely apologize. Bear with me. One moment. I thought there was a link there. Apologies. Let me get that properly done then. Sorry about that. I'll pin that inside the in the chat there. Sorry about that, dude. Sorry about that. I thought that like it must have cut off the rest of the text, unfortunately. Sorry. Professional streamer here. Professional streamer. Trying his bestest. I'll just pin it like this instead. Boop. C is R9, so it felt... Oh yeah, that's the other thing. My C is only... My poor C is R7. I feel really bad. I feel really bad for that. Alright, cool. Let's get this done. Like, I need to take my C up, to be fair. Whoop. Whaling Fund Day, activate. That's the idea. Well, I mean, the Whaling Fund Day will be when we get Tarpals. When we get Tarpals on Thursday. Your C is still alright? I get you. I feel you. Mine is just languishing at Relic 8. But it's like, how do we find the time these days to find relic levels, man? I mean, I could absolutely just Relic 8 C. We could totally do that. But it's like, I have 5 Gungans that I need to take to Relic 5. Before that, we've just done Relic 8. We've just done Relic 8 on Bane. Just before that, we had to take Wampa to Relic 9. So it's like, it's really tricky to try and balance all this. You shouldn't need a a PayPal account to donate to PayPal. At least I don't. No, it should. I don't think that's. Let me double check the website. Jar Jar. Let me just double check the link. No, you shouldn't need to. Shouldn't need to. Whale harder, I know, right? And YouTube takes 30%, so it'd probably be somewhere in the region of £15, £15 or something like that. Oh, sorry, you mean how much would $12.90 turn into? Gosh, I don't know. It would be around £8.50 or something like that. 12.9 times 0.7. Yeah, £9 and 3 pence that would be. Oh, so funny. Oh, so humorous. Alright, let's see. Has Hot Utils finally gotten round? No, okay, it's 73% of the way applying this rostery mod. It'll take a short moment before we can get back into things and start things rolling. So yes, anybody else who is looking for a roster review, make sure you get your ally codes in the chat. We don't have super loads, so it should be easy to get through everybody today. You have all your GLs at Relic 8 or 9 except for JMK. He can go... I see. He can go and eat some stuff. Yeah. That stands to reason, Steve, to be honest, mate. It does stand to reason. Do I think C is still good without Bane? I think... Look, man, if you... C has always had plenty of use, right? As a GL, in general. He has been able to take out some useful teams. He can take out JMK teams, he can take out Ray teams, he can take out a lot of, like, the A tier teams without having to worry so much. You know, things like easily beating Gas and taking down things like Reaver and taking things down like Malgus and, you know, all that sort of business is quite relatively easy with a C team. Obviously, a lot of what he does is sometimes not incredibly banner efficient, but other times he's very banner efficient. He can counter himself. If somebody puts a C team on defense, you can go in with a C solo and usually win, which is the funny thing, right? C Watt will still be good, I agree, but Bane makes him smoke things he can't. Yeah, like, the question is how much value can we get out of Bane with other characters? And does that mean that C typically still stays with Watt, and we just use that to counter certain teams, and then we use Bane with other things to take out other teams? How you doing, by the way, Lesser? So, yeah, I've always, you know, C has always been useful. Always been useful. It's just perhaps he seemed a little bit less useful than some of the other GLs because he doesn't really have a heck of a lot of defensive viability, and he can be annoying having to take Watt all the time. And, you know, if you want him to counter different things, you need to have specific teams like GBA and Thrawn and Armorer and all this business to try and really make him work. And then the banners are not always great. So it's like, eh. But he's still useful, even with Watt. I like that Arnold beat Reaver with Treya and Bane, which gives you a GL. Arnold beat Reaver with Treya and Bane, which gives you a GL. I mean, when there's no Doubtcrons, Phoenix beats Reaver as well. Quite well, in fact. But the problem you have with Darth Bane is he's an extremely powerful character, but we'll probably be using him as a new sidekick for C and save Watt. I mean, there is an element of that. I think C deserves a lifter. I think C deserves a lifter. Oh, looks like we are done with the remod. Let's just log back into the game then. Is there a point to save Watt if you don't have Trench? I mean, Watt is a very useful character. A lot of people use Watt with Slacker as well to help Slacker punch up and beat certain things with a little more ease. So there's that. There's that. And Watt is just a very good plug-and-play character anyway. If you need something to have permanently, you know, no revives built into it, Weapons Tech does that for you. If you want to force a pre-taunt, Watt does that with you with Tank Tech. Watt is a very, very useful character. And you know, the main benefit to Bane with C is it helps C beat things that he doesn't normally beat without more support, and it does it for better banners, right? Being able to beat things like Leia and being able to beat things like Vader and stuff like that without having to take in a full team and still win with good banners is a huge benefit. So, we need to make sure that our Sith Assassin... Actually, I don't really need to make sure that Sith Assassin has got mods on anymore. We don't need to do that. Because if we're using our standard full offense complement, I don't really need 6E mods. I mean, I could, I think, but it doesn't make a difference to the matchup anymore. Let's do it anyway, just because she's a pilot. She's not the pilot, she's a pilot. Lovely. Good. Now let's lock in as well. What's the thought on Bane's third Omni? Is it a wait until next week to see before applying? I've only done the one Omni, and I'm happy to wait. You know, I've done the one Omni on his rule of 2. Essence of Dominance is useful. Malevolent Whirlwind is kind of like, it sounds like it's okay. Extra Siphon is nice. I think it's a luxury Omni, if anything. Essence of Dominance, I feel like, is useful with the 2-turn cooldown. The TM manipulation is kind of meh. Reducing defense and tenacity by 20% is nice. But, again, I think it's still a luxury Omni, in my opinion. It's still a luxury Omni, in my opinion. Duff Cake coming in with a $5. Thank you so much, buddy. I'm doing good, Unstoppable. How are you doing today? How are you doing, buddy? You gave him Essence as well as a rule of 2? Yep, I mean, Essence would be like the priority order for his Omnis is definitely doing rule of 2, Essence, then Malevolent Whirlwind. I don't think either of these are necessary to make him work. Like, I mean, we've seen already in Squad Arena he can beat things with no Omnis, right? Let's just have a look. So, 129k on the old health, 226 speed, so he's slow, but I don't mind. And then 11.5k on the physical offense. Nice. Can we get anything else now? Oh, I'm going to run this for the biscuit. We might get some more percentile offense here. Although going 5 stacks of defense percentage is really not so bad. I don't want flat offense, though. I certainly don't want it twice. Let's calibrate this one. Give me percentile offense. That's still flat. That's still flat. Thank you for the super chat, Duff. I'll try and re-roll this again. Because I want anything but that. Alright, I'll take an extra 5 speed. That'll do. What about this one over here? 3 rolls of speed. God damn. 3 rolls of speed and 17. And then everything else is obviously rolled on health or potency. That's harsh. That's a really good... That's got a high potential speed. Huge. I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Today was a chill day, so quite good. Just getting over the work. Oh, I'm settling in to try and finish off my Tarpal fund. We are very, very close now. Check it out. Check it out. £97 and 10 pence. That's an interesting amount. We are 3 short. 3 short of getting our vault for Tarpals. Okay, I'm going to get cracking on these. Let's go ahead and open this up. Make sure that you are putting your ally codes towards me. Pretty please, ladies and gentlemen of the tribe. Ladies and gentlemen of the tribe. So, Dragos Dumitri. Dragos Dumitri, who's that? We've got 2 on the priority, well, 3 on the priority list at the minute. Andrew Thetford is first, Joe Cross is second. Then we've had Dragos Dumitri. I'll need your ally code as well, please, buddy. You need at least another £50 to be able to properly whale. I know. If we can go any further, we will. But you know, I'll just be happy to get the 1 vault and see how far that'll take us. What's going on, Ryrock? Like literally, if we hit this donation thing down here, I will add an extra 50 and we'll see where we go with that. A volt and a half might be able to get us to 6 stars, which will put us onto the 7-star threshold, right? Let's get these up here. Jar Jar Binks donated 15 through the super chat. Thank you, Jar Jar. Appreciate you. We're in a time when nothing will hold on defense. Yep, pretty much. Pretty much nothing's going to hold on defense. Ah, Melkisel. It should be in the message. Ho, ho, ho. Let me open up. For some reason, the notification doesn't come through with a message. So I'll have to actually log into the PayPal account. Bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. Bear with me. The only problem with me logging into the PayPal account is that it times out, obviously. So as we're doing these roster reviews, I'll have to re-log in each time. Let's check it out over here. Yeah, it's for some reason it's not sent a message through for it at all. I don't know why. I apologize, Melkisel. I apologize, buddy. It didn't, like, the message didn't come through. Okay, so that's Melkisel. Melkisel, if you want to put your, chuck me your ally code in the chat, and you'll be third in line. Melkisel. Like, he watched your video and still clicked one wrong button and messed it up. What's that? Was trying to help a buddy out with the raid scribe, and he had all the right mods, but like 10 times he messed up in the final wave by clicking the wrong thing. I don't understand when he took a 2.3 mil run. He watched the video. Honestly, Owie, I get so many people telling me it doesn't work. And then I usually have to just run through everything, like all the mods, and go through. I ask people to show me videos, and sometimes granted, it just doesn't seem to work for them. That's usually a case of remodding. But other times they'll do a wrong move, and I'm like, no, you can't do that. It has to be this. And they're like, oh, okay, didn't realize. All good, Jar Jar. If you want to give me your ally code then, buddy, and I'll put you through as well. Saw someone in your old guild alliance did the same. You couldn't figure out what he was failing. Took a recording. It showed me he was doing a wrong move, but claimed it didn't change the outcome. Unfortunately, it's just a little bit odd that it changes the outcome. We need another level of GAC to expand the amount of teams on the board. The game has grown so much since release that I actually agree, Aatrox. The only problem is that doesn't really solve the problem of ever expanding rosters. Unless we just continually, gradually expand GAC as the game goes on to include more and more and more teams, meaning the game mode takes longer and longer and longer, it doesn't fix the issue. And the issue is that power creep and expanding rosters invalidates defense in a lot of ways and stops the game from progressing. And that can be awkward. I've said my piece on it before, which is around deploying excess GP to certain zones, so you can save certain teams for offense. You say, okay, I'm not going to take this, this, and this. I'm going to deploy this to a certain zone, and it will apply various benefits, right? That way we don't need additional teams. It doesn't take any additional time, but it gives you an advantage. Thanks, Melkisel. Appreciate you. I'll check that over there on my roster list. So Andrew Thetford, are you around, good sir? We will start with you. You are here. Good. Good, Sir Andrew. Let's go over here. Okay, let's go. Allies. It should be expanded until full clearing isn't an every round type of thing. Oh my god. Could you imagine how many teams they would require for that to be the thing? Could you... Here's an interesting theory before we actually get cracking, Andrew. Sorry about this. How about this? Like, you can set your entire roster on defense, but you also have it for offense. How much time would it take for everybody to have their entire thing on defense, but still have everything for offense and just clear through? You could quite literally, what's it, like 260 characters in the game right now? What is that? Like 55 teams or something? I don't know what the math works out on that. 260 divide by 5. 260. Ah, stupid numlock. 260. I can type divide by 5. 52 teams. There you go. 52 teams in 5v5. 260 divide by 3. Or 87 teams in 3v3. Does that sound like fun, guys? Let's do it. Oh my god. Your Gax, yeah, Wolfie will be like 12-hour Gax stream. All right, sorry, Andrew. Let's get the ball rolling on these roster reviews, shall we, ladies and gentlemen? We are getting the ball rolling. So to give everybody an overview, we have currently got 4 premium roster reviews, and we've got an extra 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 roster reviews in the pipeline at the moment in total. Okay. So Andrew Thetford said, a little extra because I didn't know how to sub to your PayPal. Looked at me recently, but I want to try and work out a timing and farming plan. For what exactly? You'll have to remind me, Thetford, because I see a lot of rosters. GAC, but the TW rules. Oof. Oh no, I don't like GAC with TW rules. I much prefer the GAC rules where protection and health and number of characters surviving all matter. Your account is in Kyber 1 now, being outgunned with less GLs, but fun but tough matchups. Yeah, good for you, Alexander. Good for you, man. It does get tough in Kyber 1. I mean, it's tough at the top end of Kyber 2, truth be told. You still have time to do an OnlyFans stream to help you the vault? Yeah, I'll see you there later, Steve, buddy. I'll see you there later, man. Oh my god. So I said I didn't want to go straight to Leia. You did encourage me to go for the profundity whilst we wait for more info on new raid/Gungans. Well, we know that the Gungans are coming. We can make certain assumptions for Gungans right now. Okay? Now, this is obviously subjective. It's obviously incredibly subjective, but what we can try to extrapolate based on the information that we've been given so far is that the Gungans are most likely going to appear every other week, which means we're going to be finished with Gungans in about a month's time. All right? Based on how CG is pushing these marquees with the new special marquee event and how they're trying to incentivize people to wail on it, I have a feeling that Jar Jar is going to come very, very quickly. I don't think he's going to be in the roster, in the journey guide permanently. I did at first. I thought they'd just be like, yeah, absolutely, throwing him in there permanently is a good idea. What I'm actually thinking they're going to do, based on this, is he's going to appear very, very soon, and he will likely reappear right before the raid launches. So he's going to appear now, it's going to give people some time to actually farm him, and then he's going to reappear right as the raid launches. So like standard 3-month cadence type thing. Gungans will be the new Inquisitors, will be valuable across the game. I think, well, I mean, the fact that they're the featured raid character faction in the game for the new raid means they've already got the utmost value as far as I'm concerned. So with that in mind, Andrew, I feel like Gungans have got very high priority. However, I know that you've got a very, like we can see it here, you've got a very sort of top heavy and focused roster, right? 7.7 mil, and you've already got 5 GLs burned out, straight out, you know. Got JML, got Ray, got Jabba, got SLKR, got C. Like, this is hugely, hugely powerful, right? So you're probably in a position where you're not afraid to wail a little bit, not afraid to sort of dip in, and these marquees are cheaper than your average marquee. If you want to try and do that, to try and get a head start on the new raid, it's an option to you, but we're most likely not going to see the new raid until June, July period, probably. That's what I'm thinking. If you think about the fact that the new conquest will start in 2 weeks' time, then we're going to have 3 months. Yeah. So it's most likely going to be June, July, because I have to imagine that at the end of Queen Amidala's last conquest run is basically when they're going to launch the raid, right? CG in a post said Gungans will have a galactic challenge. Wouldn't be surprised if they have conquest feats for the rest of the year. Juan, you're absolutely right. Gungans are going to be in the Conquest feats, I guarantee it. Because every new faction, every new character that gets released always goes into factions, for faction requirements for Conquest. Galactic challenges are not a reason, in my opinion, to relic up a team. It's nice, sure, but usually you're able to still at least get the 2 armies, even if you've got like next to no investment in the team. And quite often you can still red box even with like substandard. If you look at, say, the Tuscans, the Tuscan modifier for Galactic challenges is incredibly strong, and you don't need to have relic Tuscans in order to red box most of the Tuscan Galactic challenges. It's just that strong, you know? Sometimes you do. I'm not sure if this first one... The thing is, we're getting a Conquest in 2 weeks' time. Yeah? So, that means... If CG are putting Gungan feats in the next version of Conquest, it's only going to be for Tarpals and for Boss Nass. It's not going to be a full faction. It'll be for Tarpals and Boss Nass, and maybe they'll do something with shield generators, so you have to go in short man, or something stupid like that, right? And they don't change feats between rounds of Conquest. This is the Queen Amidala Conquest. Those feats are going to be the same for the first round, the second round, and the third round, which is 3 months worth of conquests where you're not really gonna... They're not exactly gonna throw Jar Jar feats in here when Jar Jar's not in the game. We don't have Boomadir, we don't have Phalanx. So I don't expect us to see Gungan feats outside of Boss Nass and Tarpals. I think we will get Boss Nass and Tarpal feats. Just because, why won't we? It's a brand new character, CG will jump on it. We will also get Bane feats in Conquest. So whether that matters to you, Andrew, is a different matter. I promise you that even if you have no investment in Gungans, there's almost always a way to get the feat, even with low gear. So, hey, Faithon. And completely agree, Wolfie. Like I said, if they do throw in Gungan feats, which I won't be surprised, it'll only be for Boss Nass and Tarpals, because they're the only ones in the game at the time. We might get Phalanx before Conquest. Maybe, this is a real stretch, but maybe Phalanx and Boomadir are going to come out as a double marquee, like they did with 000 and Sorty. 000 and BT1. Maybe those 2 unnamed Gungans come out as a pair marquee right before Conquest starts. Maybe. Unlikely, but it could happen. Alright? Absolutely, Lalna. They certainly could do stuff like that. They could certainly do stuff like that. You got the 20 Ewoks wins surviving with all of them, or with 2 of them at Gear 9. Voluntary Vanguard is a hell of a drug. Yeah, exactly. There's almost always a way. Like, with Conquest in particular, there's almost always a way. The only ones that you can't usually do is, you know, like, if there's a legendary that you just haven't unlocked. Like, have Jedi Knight Cal Kestis survive. You know? It's like, what you going to do? You just got Ben, you'll get Bane next Conquest, and I'm still working on Seer and the Malakos Ufus. Between profundity requirements, Gungans, and then the above list, what should I be working on and when? You got Adred to Gear 12. Okay, so you get Bane next Conquest. Okay, so Bane next Conquest, I imagine you're going to have to wait for the payout box for that to happen, right? So that's still a month away, basically, right? 2 weeks. Yeah, that's a month away because we just had the last one finish. So in a month's time, you just need to make sure that you've got enough to take him straight up to Relic 8. I don't know if you've got Swigger.gg. Don't know if you've got hot utils. I'd highly recommend you do get hot utils if you are considering it. Use that to get your gear planner up to check off what gear you need, how much Relic data you need. Make sure you put that to one side and just keep it, because he is so good that you want him going up immediately. Make sure you've got the Zeta mats, make sure you've got the Army mats saved up for him. In my opinion, he only needs 1, the rest are luxury, but nice to have. So I would just make sure you earmark that gear for him straight away. Profundity, let's take out some of your Rogue One. Okay, so he's at Gear 12. It won't take you too long to fix that. The Profundity event, I believe, comes around on the 30th or the 1st or 2nd. It's like the end of the month or the start of the month each month. So you still need to figure out Cassian and Jyn Erso. You're not going to be ready for this in the next month unless you really, really start dropping lots of gear on these. You have Cal, Kestis, and Seer at gear 12, but Eradicate Malicos. Is Seer Omi worth it? Yes, Alexander. In my opinion. But the longer you put off Adrad, the longer you put off Profundity. Exactly. But should I be pushing him to R9 when Ben or Bane or someone else could use it? It's a very valid argument, right? This is around priorities more than anything. I do really I stand by my word that Profundity in your account gives you the most benefit based on where you're at right now. You've got Executor, sure, you've got Chimera, and I believe you had the Inquisitors from memory. I believe you had the Inquisitors. Yeah, you've already got the Scythe and everything. So your fleet game is pretty strong, but it's going to be much, much better when you hit the Profundity. Better than if you just had an extra GL, in my opinion. Your roster is better off for it. I think you should try and prioritize this. Except for Bane. Ben, thankfully, old Ben for Ray, Ben solo, you don't need him at high relics. You could get that Ben to relic 5 and leave him there in a holding position until you get Profundity. And then you can take him to relic 7 down the line. You know, you'll get 80% of his value without taking him to high relics. Those high relics you can save for your Profundity requirements. The difference is that I feel like Bane is such a game changer that you need to prioritize that, personally. We didn't know how good Bane was going to be. The Gungans is a completely separate issue. I think what you can do with the Gungans potentially is, maybe if you're willing to wail on them, you could probably get the 7 stars on them while they're cheap in the current marquee events, right? I say cheap. Cheap is a relative term. Cheaper than normal, perhaps. But you don't necessarily need to gear them. Alright? Sure, you might miss out on Jar Jar in the short term, but the main benefit of Jar Jar is really future-proofing for the new raid. I don't think Jar Jar is going to be a massive disruptor. I don't think the Gungans are going to be a massive disruptor in GAC or anything like that. They might be, but we don't know enough yet. Well, things looked good on paper, Wolf, but I don't think anybody was envisaging just how powerful he was going to be. For context, I'm in a Rodin knocking on Kaiba. Yeah, exactly. And when you hit Kaiba, you're going to have an extra fleet on offense and defense. That's gonna put a spanner in the works, Andrew. Next week, Seer should get accelerated since you went live 9th of March 2023. The Cal event be right behind. What do you mean? I think the Cal event is coming back. It's not time for him to go permanently to the Journey Guide just yet. So yeah, I think Bane is a top priority. I think Gungans, you can deprioritize Gungans a little bit in my book. I don't think it's as important as getting Profundity for you right now. But after you get Profundity, not just a matter of stopping each character at Relic 5, lets me get an R9. I'm so strained for Relic mats, every level is hotly debated. Yeah, I get that. Your Bane is 292 with 138k. Not sure what's ideal. I don't think anybody knows what's ideal at the minute, Angthar. Yeah, let's check out your Ben. Yeah, it's just gear at the minute, and it's Zetas and it's Omegas. You must be completely broke on Zetas and Omegas, right? Not Omegas, Omicrons. Maybe not on Omicrons, but probably on Zetas. Because in order to get Ben operational, you're broke on Zetas and you have 2 Omis. Ben needs at least 1 Omi, the Force Dyad, to really work. There's no point having Ben solo without that if you're looking to put him in a raid team. So you need to have Force Dyad. And it looks like it needs a Zeta as well, Zeta and an Omi. I don't Ben to me is still not as important as Bane as far as priorities go. I put Bane at the top of people's priority list right now because he's so versatile and enables a lot of punching up. But that's a month away. In a month, you'll be able to get a Zeta. Potentially even an Omni as well. So that sort of takes you a little bit there. As he's just one character, then yeah. I'm trying to rationalize the priority here between getting Bane, Profundity, Ben, and Gungans and all this sort of business, right? I think making sure that you are 100% ready for Bane is the number one priority. I want to say that Profundity makes more sense, but Ben is just a single character. And getting a single character up and ready to amplify your raid team that much better is probably more important than the time it saves on you getting Profundity, unless you can get 2 Zetas a month. 2.5 really. Well, there you go then. Yeah, if you're top of Fleet Arena, you should be able to buy a Zeta mat every day, and then you've got the weekly challenges, which give you, 4 Zetas a week or whatever it is. So, yeah, you should be in pretty good position. Even more if you get the Jawa deals. Yeah, Jawa deals do help. For fleet currency, you can't guarantee first. Even at first, you don't earn enough. You earn like 1900 or something like that. But I tend to round up. Yeah, I'm kind of feeling that you do Bane, Ben, then Profundity. Because Profundity is a long farm, whereas if you just do Ben, you'll at least be able to get the use out of him immediately and then swap over to Profundity and crack that one out. In the meantime, you can just keep working on the shards. If gear isn't an issue, you can gear the characters, right? But I can see that your Ben is low gear, so I imagine Chirotech are probably stunting your growth a little bit. That's probably how I would do it. Save for Bane. Make sure that he's going to be there. I know he's a month out, but he is so good that you want to make sure that you can get it. If you're comfortable that you can rebuild up every relic data, every bit of Zeta mats, at least one Omni, all the signal data, all that sort of business that you need for Bane in the short term, then feel free to invest the rest of it in Ben in the meantime. Just don't sell yourself short. You don't want to end up with a Gear 8 Bane when you unlock him. Alright. Good business. Good business. This account is absolutely banging for 7.7. It's very good. Does that help, Andrew, or do you want more discussion on this? Just holding on. What's a build Sally up challenge? It's pain, Jar Jar. It's pain and suffering, mostly for me. Possible a new capital ship comes around? Absolutely, Squall. There will be a new capital ship coming around, but it's probably not going to be until the end of the year, I would imagine. I can't see us getting anything new until after the raid comes out. What's in the box? What's in the box? There's too much on CG's plate right now. We've got all the Gungan marquees coming out right now. Yeah, we should be finished with them in about a month's time, just over a month's time. Then we'll have the Jar Jar Legendary event. Then we'll have, we're going to have the Queen Amidala Conquest. There's 2 new marquees coming out with that, so that's another month, basically, worth of marquees. Then we're also having the new raid launch. That's all the way up until June-July period. There's no way they're also going to go, oh, by the way, here's a new Galactic Legend ship. I can't see it. Maybe October, but then they also need to think about when are they going to fit in a Galactic Legend this year, unless we don't get one. Who knows? How to approach the Profundity farm? Like a fig, get Adrad out the way first. Since he's done, the rest of the farm will look palatable in comparison. Well, pretty much, to be honest with you. Like, I can't remember if you'd already done your Hera for Phoenix. I think you had. Okay, yeah. So, in my opinion, there's no point taking Hera up 2 relic levels. Objectively, that's not going to make any difference in your Phoenix team, right? Hera from R3 to R5 isn't going to do anything. It'll help a little bit with the speeder bike raid. Not much, but a little. So safely you can lose her. Like, a big chunk of it is just the Rogue One faction, right? Rogue One faction is a large chunk of it. I love that POW, by the way. So yeah, you might as well start with Admiral Radis. Start with him. Get Jin next, because these two together, you could then at least have a 3v3 team going if you used your POW, or, you know, whenever you get any of these two, Bistan or Cassian up there, you can start using them. But yeah, Adrad, then Jin, because essentially, whilst she's under Adrad, under his leadership, she can't die until he's dead. So they make a good duo that you can just throw in a third and, you know, get cracking in 3v3 at the very least. After that, probably Cassian, then Bistan last. I don't think it objectively makes a big difference here as far as order goes, so long as they're all getting done at the first point. Admiral Radis is the powerhouse of the team. He's the one that deals all the damage and has all of the technique to it, you know? So yeah, Radis, then Jin, then whichever order you like for Cassian and Bistan. You don't necessarily need to do another one. I mean, it's not a part of the requirements. You can use POW, but I imagine you use him in a Rebel fighter team. Yeah. No new GL this year? There could be Pilkis, or there might not. Same with Dash to R7, pretty much, yeah. All the other aspects you've been building for Bracca and Zepho. How do I get clone troopers ready? 501st with Old Man Rex is my most efficient path. No investment into Bad Batch. You're talking about clone troopers for the mission on Zepho? Typically speaking, like, don't forget, Zepho is a Relic 7 planet. You know, like, you're going to need some investment. There has to be R7 across the board. Like there's no way about it. Yes, you can absolutely do it. Like, I use 501st with Rex, and I beat the combat mission there, the special mission there. It's much easier with Bad Batch, but Bad Batch are... You're looking at 1600 Chirotech just to get them to relics. It is a lot of Chirotech. They are better at the mission. They're better on Zepho in general. But that's a long investment. That is a long investment. And 501st is still a really good team. Like, arguably, 501st is a better team than Bad Batch if you're using gas. So, 1600 Kairos gets you later. Well, exactly, Andrew. So, yes, do the 501st. Order really doesn't matter. You can go Rex, then 5s, then Arc and Echo. With, like, it's not a big... Doesn't make a huge difference. Having 5s at a higher relic level makes him tankier, makes him pass more stats if he triggers sacrifice, right? Rex at high relic levels, I mean, at relics, at least you've got the maximum amount of speed out of him. That's the only real thing that matters for Rex. Long and hard, baby. Yep. Seems like every year we get a GL ship and a GL. The last 2 years, they've alternated between light side and dark side. If that's whole true, we should get a light side GL capital ship and a dark side GL. Do you think... Oberyn, I think, is the most likely thing to happen, for sure. Yeah. Because that's usually what happens, right? The only problem is it doesn't... Like, no real light side capital ship jumps to our notice. It could be Galactic Republic, obviously, but it just feels a bit odd to have the Marauder supposedly be working for the Endurance, and then, you know, not actually get used in the Endurance whatsoever, and then introduce a new light side capital ship that could potentially be Galactic Republic and take all the ships again. It seems weird, seems odd, whereas a lot of people have, you know, theorized that Trench might get a capital ship, and they build out more Separatists for a second Separatist fleet, because we can almost create 2 Separatist fleets right now. Imagine put them behind Bane. Oh, yes, massively behind, Andrew. Like, don't get me wrong. Zepho is brilliant. It's really good for guilds. I've just had adblock get in my way. Zepho is really good for guilds, but it is not your priority right now. That's low on the totem pole of priorities, in my opinion. Especially because the Clone Trooper mission is a special mission as well. I mean, you can take that with either way, right? You could be like, oh, it's a special mission. It gives more. But it's also a special mission, so it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, I can't in good good conscience advocate for that just yet. You know? Well, exactly, Wolf. We would need to have. We usually get a couple of galactic chases throughout the year. We've had one already, but it was for Resistance, so that's not going to be for a new capital ship, is it? So this is just adds more problems to it. Hey, Kyle, thank you so much for becoming a tribesman. Appreciate you, brother. Bane, Ben, Profundity, then something earth-shattering with which Gungan interrupts. Pretty much. Yeah. And you're comfortable with the order you need. Well, the order that I would recommend for Profundity. Like, you can ignore Hera for the time being. You know, like you said, there is Dash as well. But your Dash is R5. You could take him to R7, but honestly, I would get the rest of your Rogue One up. Get an actual workable team out of it. It's a good team. It's a decent team, you know? Oh, thanks, Kyle. Appreciate you, brother. So if it's a light side ship and dark side GL, who would we get from Phantom Menace? I don't think it's going to be Phantom Menace, Oberyn. I think the Phantom Menace content that we're getting is the characters that we're getting is the Gungan faction, the new raid, Queen Amidala, the 2 Galactic Republic characters, and Stap. I think that's our Phantom Menace content, and then we're done. We're moving on second half of the year. That's my gut instinct tells me. I could be incredibly wrong, but that's what my gut instinct tells me. Alrighty. Cool. So we're going to move on then. Thank you, Andrew. Appreciate you. What do you mean? Guess not straight? Guess not. What? Guess not what? Okay. So next on our list. Thank you, Andrew. Appreciate you, dude. Hopefully that was helpful. We've got Joe Cross. Joe Cross, you around, buddy? Who is Joe Cross? It's Joe Cross. Apparently, we've looked at Joe Cross recently, but he's completed all the tasks that I set him. Oh, well done you, Joe. Well done you. Aren't you good? Aren't you good? How can I help you today? Trench makes sense. Kinda. Yeah, kind of makes sense. It could happen, just because if you think about like Malevolence can largely operate with just the droid ships. You can get most of the work done with a Malevolence just using the Hyena Bomber, Sunfac, and Vulture Droid, right? If they just add extra droid ships, 1 or 2 extra droid ships, like Malevolence can live quite happily on its own, which means we can then take the Geos and make something more with that, right? Like the Geos could go with Trench, potentially. They just need 2 more ships then, and you've got a second fleet. A second Separatist fleet. Maybe they add in, you know, the Sunstrider or whatever it is for Dooku, or a Sarge's ship or something like that. Who knows? Who knows? Anything could happen. The world is your oyster. We reached the Tarpals Fund. Did we do it? Did we do it? Hold up. Da 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 da. We broke the Tarpals Fund. Yes. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for the Tarpals Fund. We have hit that, so we will be getting a vault to help us get Tarpals. Any additional money, if we hit 150, if this goes up to 150, then I will get the remainder, and we should be able to take him to 6 stars. So we'll see how we get on with that. Hang on, let me go over to Stream Elements. Boopity 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 boom. The Tarpals Whale Fund. Let me change the settings on this. So if we change it to 150, we've already hit that 100, so I'm upping it to 150 to see if we can get an additional if we get up to there, which I doubt it, because he's coming on Thursday. So if we do manage to hit it, I'll get the extra 50. But no matter what, we are getting a vault for Tarpals. So thank you, everybody. Appreciate your support. I appreciate your support. Okie dokie. The Tri-Fighter droid would be sick. Agreed, straight. Agreed, dude. Any additional money goes straight to the Dreamies Fund. That's what Smudgy and Indy really wants to believe. Okay, so Joe Cross over here. You said Profundity into Slacker/Jabber 2 weeks ago. Profundity is done, 230 out of 330 on Slacker, but you unlocked most Conquest tunes yesterday. We'll be getting Bane next Conquest, so which is better? Which is better out of what? Sorry, buddy. You said you've unlocked most Conquest tunes. So are you like your Ben is done? Okay, so you've got Malgus to work on. Don't have Malicos at this point. Jabber or Conquest teams? Gotcha. Like, we've already discussed Bane. Bane is incredibly, incredibly valuable, and I want to believe that anybody who is able to should prioritize getting Bane, right? Because at this point, I would say that Bane is more valuable than Malicos. It's just crazy, man. Like, holy moly. Let's check out your Sith Empire. The spin I want to put on this is, right, you could get Malgus. Yeah, you could take him to like R8, R9, whatever you want to take him to. And he'll work really well, right? But you'll be like, well, I mean, I would like a little bit more relics over here and maybe get Malik up to R8. I'll need him at R9 eventually anyway. Maybe I'll push him a little bit further. And then you're like, Basti's only relic 3. Maybe I'll take it to relic 5 or relic 7. Or, you could and R and you'd end up relicking 4 more characters, right? Whereas Bane is just like, you relic 8 him and he's done. He's complete. It's just one and done, and he kills this team. And Reva and Lord Vader and Leia, and goes on and on. So Bane is one character that you'd have to relic up instead of Malgus, and it takes out more things on offense, which is very useful, Jabber, on the other hand, brings much more in terms of overall viability to your roster, because he is there to give you additional access to Smuggler's Run 2, so loads of materials for modding. He also does very, very well in TB. He's got his own dedicated missions all the way through the mixed sectors of TB, and he full autos them basically at the right relic levels. And he's great in PvP, both offensively and defensively. Defensively, he's a great GL. Right now, he's getting a little bit stomped over by Afra, but her Datacron set isn't going to be around for much longer. 3 more weeks, I think? We've got the Afra set. After that, that disappears. That counter doesn't really work without that Cron. Sure, he can be beaten by other GLs and stuff like that, but that's not, not the point. What I'm saying is he's getting more viability on defense in that sense. And even if he wasn't, I'd still use him to take him on offense and take out layer teams and stuff like that. So I feel like Jabber is more important, Joe. I feel like Jabber's more important. Doo-doo-bip-boo. Boo-doo-boo-boo. But that's just my perspective on it. I love seeing this Radis over here. Let me actually check out your ships real quick. Yeah, you got that Profundity rocking, you got the Executor rocking. I love it. I love it. Hey, what's going on, Tiger? How you doing today, buddy? My drink is empty. I'm just going to go grab another. One sec. Ah, shucks. I'll need to pop downstairs. I will be 2 minutes. Sorry about that, guys. Apologies. Also unlocked Maul and Cat. Okay, cool. So you don't have JMK right now. So Commander Ahsoka Tano is incredibly versatile, most versatile with JMK. Well, not most versatile. Just she elevates JMK. JMK without Cat is just kind of trash. Whereas Cat can fall into teams like Padme, for example. So you don't have a Padme team up and running. She can also form into a Rey team under Resistance. And Rey with Cat is nasty business. Do you know what I mean? But I believe you've also got Ben, right? So you could do Rey Ben with Cat. Cat is really good, I'll be honest. The benefit of doing Cat for your roster over someone like Malgus, I suppose, technically speaking, is that Cat can fit into a lot of teams. She can fit into quite a bit and elevate them a lot. Whereas Malgus just kind of steals Sith Empire. He's still very good. And Maul is useful, but you don't have Lord Vader. So let's check out your Mandos. Honestly, I would safely leave Maul for the time being. That's my honest answer on that one. Maul is great, don't get me wrong. Really, really good with Gar Saxon and ISC, but you need a full, dark side Mandalorian team to make that work. So you need to gear up Canderous and Jango Fett and everybody. But I don't feel like Maul is that important for you to sidetrack other farms in order to do this. The only thing I would say is that if you are completely burned out on going after big, long meta teams, stuff like Profundity and a bunch of GLs, then maybe you can do this for your sanity's sake and passion projects, right? Rey, Ben, Cat, Cal Barris? Yeah, it's a good team. Is a Saudi up challenge more painful than the Cats? Yeah, I would say so. It's essentially a song where I have to do push-ups to, but it's timed push-ups. Build Sally up, build Sally down. You enjoy grinding GLs, then honestly, I wouldn't worry too much about this sort of thing. I wouldn't worry too much about it. As far as priority goes for those conquest units, what have you got? You've got Malgus, Cat, and Maul, right? Malgus, Cat, and Maul. They're really good, don't get me wrong. But you don't have JMK for Cat, you don't have Lord Vader for Maul. They can still work, but to a lesser extent, right? You just want to make sure that they're geared up when you get those GLs. The only other one was Maul, Cat, Malgus. Malgus, again, he's good and everything, but yeah, I wouldn't necessarily choose to gear up a Malgus Sith Empire team instead of trying to push your GLs. That's just my take on it. Steel gloves at the ready. You want to get them all in a row? Good man. Good man. So yeah, Jabba is the next one that makes sense to me. He offers the most to your roster, and you'll at least have some of his requirements already built up thanks to JML being in your team. And he's just so good. So yeah, I would push Jabba. How close are you to getting the Fury class Interceptor? You just did R8 more for TB because one of your guildmates was AFK. Needed it for platoons. You was gear 1, level 1 at the time. Oh my day. Oh no, Kyle, you're kidding me, dude. You blew all your Bane mats for the guild on Maul? Oh my days. Somebody better be gifting you a vault. your guild should be gifting you a vault. He has no Zetas or anything. Ouch. Oh, you got your Bane 12-7. Oh, that's okay then. You must have had loads saved. 160 out 330. Okay, so you can still safely wait a little bit for the Leviathan farm, because obviously you want to get to the position where you've got all the GLs, you've got all the best capital ships at the time being, right? But Unless you've got all the ships for the unlock for Leviathan, you can't exactly get it, can you? Yeah, I would go Jabba. Then it's a toss-up. I'm trying to think through in my head. The order which you could get your GLs. Jabba is definitely the next one, and then you've basically got JMK, Lord Vader, and Slacker, right? All of them are good. You can't go wrong. Jabba is definitely the most important in my book. You could get Lord Vader to give you more options with Bane again, and then it'll help you unlock your Maul. But Lord Vader is a big grind. You're getting Slacker tomorrow. Oh, sorry, yeah, I forgot about that. God, yeah, you're going to be in great position, dude. You're going to be in a great position. Slacker tomorrow. So just pretend I have him too. Yeah, absolutely. Oh my days. You're going to be strapped for that gear, I imagine. Slacker is cheap. Just buy it, pretty much. With the Lightspeed bundles in the game at the minute. Yeah. Okay. So definitely Jabba. Then it's probably it depends where you want to go. You can go either Lord Vader or JMK. Truth be told, Lord Vader will be a longer farm. JMK is still good. I mean, he's not like the all dominant GL he was when he first came out, but he's still very good. And you have the lifters. I would love it if you could buy one light side ticket pack to finish your Ray Ultimate farm and move on. You need 20 more finalizer shards to start Slacker. You'll get there, Descending. Yeah. I'd say that's that, and that will then influence what order you do your conquest units in, right? So if you choose to go down the route of JMK after you finish Jabba, then you do Cat. If you choose to go down the route of getting Lord Vader, then you do Maul. You don't necessarily do them before you get the unlock, but you want it to be immediately afterwards or at the same time. Yeah, I know that's hard to do because that's a lot of investment. But honestly, JMK without Cat is not worth having. Truth be told, he just doesn't do half as much, and he gets beaten by gas. So that is the one lookout. Do you recommend buying Bane shards with conquest currency if you haven't been red boxing? Yeah, it's better than, in my opinion. I mean, we need to qualify this in a few things, right? You're asking if going into the next version of Conquest, is it worth spending the Conquest currency that you would be spending on Queen Amidala on Bane? I still think yes, but that's because Bane is a known quantity, right? We know how good Bane is. We don't know how good Queen Amidala is. All we know is that she's going to be a character that is required for the new raid, which is very important to have. The most important thing I would say is make sure you red box. That's number one. If you can afford to spend any money, I would say buy the Conquest Pass. That's way you don't necessarily hamper your Queen Amidala progress, and then you can use the shards, the currency from Conquest to buy Bane shards instead. We'll get there, Jar Jar. I'm in the middle of this roster review at the minute, buddy. Oh, from the store when he shows up, which is when, by the way. He shouldn't show up in the store for a while. Because I'm pretty certain it's not until after he's been removed from Conquest, which is going to be another 3 months. And still, yes, the quicker you get Bane, the better off you'll be. You've got most of the JMK requirements to 7 stars, so maybe that's your order then, Joe. Maybe that's your order. Go for JMK first. That just means you leave the grindiest one till last. In order to get Queen Amidala in 6 months, I'll buy the Conquest Pass and then get box 4 for 6 months, but I'll take it. That's fair, Cammy. But red box, though. So anything else then, Mr. Cross? Anything else that I can assist with? Man, you guys have got such good rosters. For where you're at, they are really good. Don't check mod score, please. Okay, I won't check your mod score. I think we went over it before. I'm pretty certain you're like a 2.2 or something. But hey, it's all those Lightspeed bundles. They do that for you. All right, we're gonna get the beer. We're gonna feed treats, and then we're gonna carry on with these roster reviews. And get Smudgy and Indy. You hungry? Come on, Smudges. He's a quiet eater these days. Oh yes. You love the dreamies, don't you, Smudges? Oh, he's a good bear. And here is the little demon. Are you going to be good? Look at that face. Do you think she's going to be good? I don't think she's going to be good at all. Indy. Look at that. Hi. Hey. 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 Ow. Indy, you're naughty. Ow. Look at this. What are you doing? Oh, it's a big crunch. I... Ow, ow, you dropped it, Indy. Where did that go? You're a good girl. She's seen a fly. She's like, is it tasty? I've been cut to smithereens. Oh my gosh. So yes, they were the kittens. They were the kittens. Alright, let me catch up on the chat real quick. Bane will be in the GrindQuest store by this weekend. I missed 5 Tickman Trench shards after the 3 cycle and was able to get the last 5 shards 3 days afterwards. Oh, really? Good to know. If Bane's... If Bane shards aren't available in the shop for the 3 months, then it's about 6 months after he's free from proving grounds. I honestly, Whiskey, I don't... I know this sounds really annoying, but I always red box. So I never check when a character goes to stores. Because I never need to. I never need to. Very costly considering all the mats you can get from the Conquest shop? Oh, absolutely. But the character is more important than the gear, in my opinion. Fingers are tasty to Indy. Yes, indeed. She loves them. When treats aren't involved, does Indy sit still long enough to be cuddled? She loves a cuddle. It's really funny, actually, because she is such a relaxed cat normally. It's just food. Food sends her nuts. Thank you, Tater Tots. And yes, FN, you're absolutely right. They are cute. Alright, cool. Let's move swiftly on then. Moving swiftly on. Next up on our premium list is Melkicel. Melkicel, are you still in the chat, my friend, my buddy, my pal? Ugh, my face is covered in kitten fur. Ooh. My face is covered in kitten fur. Melkicel. There we are, I see you, good sir. 8.7 million. You've just got JML, Bane, and Beskar Gideon looking forward to either Profundity, Imperial Remnants, got their DC, bumping up Ufus, or finishing 5 of First Maul Mandos. Okay, so you want some direction on where to invest? Is that right, friend? I have a bit of reverb going on. Is that right? Is the mic sounding a bit odd, guys? Let me know. And yes, I'll add you to the list. The list is still open for the time being. And that was Jeremiah Harvey. Yeah, so if you look down in the bottom right corner, you can see that roster reviews are still open. I will leave that open for the time being. We've still got a number of roster reviews, so I might have to close it soon. But yeah, fine here. That's right. I also have gear hoarded for bringing all of Jedi Knight Cal to gear 12, but I'm not putting it on until the event returns. That's a very sensible approach, Melkicel. Very sensible. You are a man after my own heart. Not investing unless you have to. I like it. Okay, well, let's first and foremost put that on the table, right? I still maintain that Jedi Knight Cal is coming soon. Okay? I don't think that Jedi Knight Cal is coming this week, because that would just be silly. Like he would be in the data mines, right? We've got Bo-Katan already data mined. She's coming soon in 5 days' time or something like that. But I'm not saying be prepared for her. But Cal is not going to come until after she's there. We still have the bonus calendar, which is giving Cal Kestis shards. We are getting on to a year since the marquees have been released. He's 128 days overdue. Not overdue. 128 days since the last time he showed up. He's coming this month at some point. Promise you. So hold on to that gear. That gear is earmarked for his requirements. Until when he comes, drop it. Until then, do not spend that gear. Just keep a hold of it. Keep a hold of it. Okay? As for where to go next, that's something that we can certainly answer. It's on the game already, the Bow event. It's not open yet, right? It's not open yet. It's supposed to be the 10th or something. God damn, we are seeing some focused rosters today. 8.7 mil, and we still have 6 GLs rocking. We also have, boom, Negotiator, Malevolence, Executor, Leviathan. Did you say you're working towards Profundity? You just got JML. Bane and Beskar Gideon looking forward to either Profundity. Yeah, I mean, looking at this, Profundity is the one that makes the most sense. I mean, you've got shards and stuff. They don't have no gear. Profundity makes the most sense. So Imperial Remnants for... Let's go to Remnant, not Imp Trooper. Look, the Imperial Remnants are a good team. Okay? Especially with the Dark Trooper Moff Gideon Kron. The only issue I hold with it at the moment is that currently, with the nerfed Dark Trooper that we've got in the game, it doesn't feel that good. I'll be honest, the Dark Trooper Moff Gideon Imperial Remnant team does not feel amazing without the proper functioning Dark Trooper Moff Gideon summon of the Dark Trooper. Maybe it's just because I'm always using Malgus to counter it, so the team is not an issue for me, that I don't consider it to be a great team. MMM, absolutely, I'll add you to the list. Let's get that there. So I like, it's not that he's not a good team, not that he's not a good character, especially with TW Omnis. He's a really good TW team, can beat some pretty good stuff, but that's another stage of investment again that I have a hard time recommending this team. Granted, you do have the Datacron, but this would take away Moff Gideon from your Padme cheese. In an ideal world, the DTMG team does consist of Dark Trooper Moff Gideon, and Scout. That's kind of like the highest success rate DTMG team, which is a bit problematic because it does break up things like an Iden team, stops it from being womperable, stops it from not being womperable, and then you lose a Gidme team. It's a tough ask. How long is the premium review list? Let me double check. I think we've only got, after Melkicel, we've got just Jar Jar, I think. Just Jar Jar. This thing, and I did it. I need to check. I need to check the. I need to check my notification. Oh, looks like we've had another one through actually for Venny Payne actually, so it will go a little bit higher. It will go a little bit higher. See, Kyle. Kyle, you've donated £4.20. Thank you, buddy. I did. Yeah, sorry, I hadn't checked the actual money coming in. Do. Thank you, Kyle. A few months behind, dare I say? I'm confused, Jeremiah. What's a few months behind? Oh, right, months behind. There's a guy called Months Behind. Jeez. Making fun of my name. Yeah, sorry, I've lost my track. So it's 2 or 3 years are left in the premium review. For some reason, it's not kicking me up a notification when it comes through, so I need to adjust my my Twitch notifications for that. We'll sort that out. We will sort that out. So anyway, swiftly moving on. Yeah, so I have a hard time. You could wait for 3v3, but like you said, it does sacrifice a couple of other teams. That's more of a balancing act. You can get him to work with others. It's just not an ideal setup. It does seem like a bit of a waste to not make use of his Datacron, but you should still have like 3 more months plus of that. You'll be able to use the Bamcron with Dash, Quill, and IG. And Vandal. If I bump Vandal to Relics. Yeah, Vandal to Relics makes a big difference. Because, like I said, you'll be able to actually use Datacrons there. Where's your Vandal right now? Oh, he's gear 12. So you only need to take him to Relic 3. That's, it's not a huge invest. I say that my Vandal is completely uninvested in. It's nice to see that you've got the Omicron already on Dash. That is, I'd say that's pretty high value. Just getting Vandal up there gets you a lot out of this team. Yeah, I think your main focus should absolutely be Profundity to round that out. Obviously, you're still working on the ult for JML. Love that you've taken him straight up to Relic 9. Missing a couple of Zetas, but I'm sure you'll get there. Profundity just finishes up your fleets, man. Bamcrom, Dash, IG, and Quill. Yeah, that's good. A Guild of Gungans. It's Lopi409. Oh, my days. Oh, my days. Yeah. So definitely Profundity first. Finish that off, and you'll basically be able to draw a line under fleet. I don't know if you managed to get your Zori up, or if you already had Zori before. Zori is another one that could go up there. Since I got promoted to Kyber I feel like people have ways to clear Leviathan. Until now, they always stuck on it. You'll still find potentially that you'll get holds. The thing with countering Leviathan is that there's a small element of RNG and variability in whether or not you beat it. Like, there are very few counters that are 100% to a Leviathan. If they've got a faster Sith Assassin or a higher relic Sith Assassin, essentially they can pretty much guarantee. If not, they can use the triple attacker setup, which is almost 100%. It's very high up there. Hey, solar powered.
Video of me gagging on fucking cock.
Thank you so much, buddy. Just 500 biddies. Want to say thanks for your Conquest and GC content. Thank you, solar powered trees. I appreciate you, dude. Oh man, that bit always gets me. That little clip always gets me. Yeah, so there's no like real 100% counter to the Leviathan. There's stuff that's like 95% sure. But the higher up you get in divisions, the more likely it is people are going to be using better counters with better team comps and having a better standing of the matchup. It will still get some holds though. Me saying big doo-doo now. Yeah, you are. What's going on, Mole? How you doing, brother? So yeah, having Profundity just gives you extra options. Typically, you don't use him on defense. He's usually an offensive fleet, but he's a very, very banner-efficient offensive fleet, and he can counter pretty much everything. So, hey, Sasha. Yeah. So yeah, Zori is one that you could do. You could do if you felt like having a little bit of a, a detour, but definitely focus on trying to get that Profundity first. That will really, really help your roster overall. The Imperial Remnants, again, I have a hard time recommending at the moment. It's not that they're not great. It's just there are better things that you could be focusing on, I feel. You said you got Bane, and I'm pretty certain you had Bane inside of your arena team, didn't you? Yeah, you got Bane at R7, which I'm sure is more than enough, truth be told. Finishing up the 501st, you also mentioned. And unaligned force users. I mean, it would be nice if you could at least get the 501st to Relic 3. Unaligned force users, what are we missing here? Stuff like Visas, stuff like Fulcrum. Ooh, God, yeah. See, with your unaligned force users, you've already got Seer, you've got Cal, you've got Malicos. Just having some Relic levels on Fulcrum over here. And then you just kind of need... Well, actually, no, you're throwing Kylo Ren, either of the Unmasked or the OG Kylo Ren, and you've got a full team that's really, really good. You're like on the cusp of a bunch of things, actually. So, stuff like Zori, Vandor, Ahsoka Tano, Fulcrum, all of that together. Like, I want to say prioritize this, just because you've already got the Omni here and you've got 2 Omnis on Malicos. Malicos could definitely use a couple more Relic levels, but just getting Fulcrum up to R3 lets you start using Datacrons and stuff like that. This becomes a really good team. You have all the Profundity ships to 7-star, only missing 4 Rogue One relics and a couple of relics on Hera and Dash 6. So you're pretty close. You're pretty close. Like, the priority is definitely that. If you can get ready for the very next Profundity drop, that would be the ideal situation. That would be the ideal situation. They just make a good team really problematic to deal with. I mean, I love this is one of... In the current game... This is one of my favorite teams, is the Unaligned Force User team with Malicos. Just because it's so fun to watch. It's so fun to play as. I love throwing rocks and deleting entire teams. It's great. Those poor Ewoks didn't stand a chance, man. So yeah, that would definitely be my priority. So focus exclusively on profundity. Keep everything that you need ready for Jedi Knight Cal. You said you were holding on to that, right? Was that the last person? I forget. No, I think you are ready basically for Cal, right? Yeah, profundity first. Keep Cal on the radar because you don't want to miss him. And he'll go really well with JML. Seem to forget your grammar greatly whenever you watch a stream. Oh, you're not the only person, Jeremiah. Don't you worry about that. And then think about those little extra teams. Get that Fulcrum done. You know, get Zori done. Consider getting your Vandor done. Little things like that just give you. It goes from. It's just like little investments that make full teams all of a sudden that can use Datacrons, and that is a big jump in viability of your roster overall when it comes to PvP. Bane and Malakos took all your Omis. They only have one left and was considering between Jedi Knight, Cal Kestis, DTMG, and Adrad. All reasonable. Jedi Knight Cal, I would say, is the lowest priority. His is a TB Omicron. It helps, but it's not necessary at all. Like, I don't have his Omis on, and, you know, I guess I don't use him as a lead to try and take in trash tier units to clear anything in TB. Most of the benefit from TB comes from filling up operations. There comes a time when combat missions become the deciding factor of whether or not you 3-star a planet or not. But typically that usually comes when you're really pushing for 3 stars in one phase, right? In the bigger guilds. And I'm not sure if you're there yet, where combat missions are the most important thing for you to do. And even then, it's better to actually have the fleets, because they're like twice as many territory points as the ground game. It does. I'm not arguing that. I just think it's not a priority for most people over something like a GAC Omi. Now, out of the other two, DTMG, he is very good in TW with those, but again, it would require the investment in the DTMG team. And typically, you actually want 2 on Dark Trooper Morph Gideon. Adrad, the benefit there is you get a bit of extra speed on your profundity. It's not really important. He's very fast as it is. And his team in GAC is actually still pretty good. At the moment, he's not beating stuff that he normally beats. Like, I'm having a brain fart now. DTMG, because of the DTMG Cron. But it's still useful to have. Your guild has said his Omi is mandatory because they want to unlock Zepho. Tell them to do one, Melkacel. Point them to my video and say, show me the Omicron. Show me the Omicron on Scribe's video and I'll do it. Like that all that Omicron on Whirlwind does is it makes it easier. There are people in my old guild that still lost with that Omi. It's a waste. You can do it with Baby Cal. You can, but if you really want to toss a coin flip to see if you passed the mission, that's on you. I think it was not you, Essex. It was not you. I know other people that failed it with the Omi. Is the stream glitching for anyone else? How you doing, Essex, by the way? Yeah, like that Omi does help with viability. Okay? It does. In no way is it necessary. Stream is clean. For Kyle, try refreshing, Essex. Try refreshing, buddy. Your sound was a bit off earlier, but a refresh fixed it. Good stuff. So, out of those priorities, it's hard to say. It depends on how much you value TW as well, I guess. You know? DTMG 2 Datacrons can do some good work. 2 Datacrons? 2 Omicrons can do some good work. But if your guild doesn't care so much about TW, I would safely skip on them unless you just really wanted to do it. The Adrad Omicron is not amazing, but it is pretty good GAC Omi. No Wi-Fi problems here, even in the basement. Good. So, anything else that you want to go over then, Melkacel? You got a solid roster, dude. Solid, bud. Your issue? All good now? Hey, you don't have any issues, Essex. You're nothing but a king, buddy. You ain't nothing but a king. Fulcrum, Vandal, Profundity. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. So, slot in Zori after you've done that to give yourself an extra Finn team. Let me just double check your resistance. See if you've got that Zeta on Finn lead. You got the Zeta here, so try to slot in Zori where you can as well. She still gets hold at gear 12. I'm glad she gets hold. I'm glad she does. It's one of those things that you'll notice is that it's going to get to a point where if something doesn't have datacrons, it's not going to work for you. Unfortunately. You're in Kaiba 2 at the minute, right? So you're definitely starting to get into the more sweatier zones of GAC. Which is great, considering you've got 8 mil. 8.7 mil, rocking in Kaiba 2. It's good work, bud. Good work. There's been so much GP inflation, man. I swear, like a year ago, I was at like 9.5. It's crazy, man. I wish I had a clip. I could probably go back into one of my YouTube videos from a year ago to see what my GP was. But yeah, that's good stuff, man. It's good stuff. Thanks again, Melcassel. We shall move on to our next. Actually, let me go into PayPal and we'll make sure we've got everybody from the priority farming. So. So, you got Kyle. Kyle, I know you did give me your ally code, but you'll have to give it again. I'm sorry, dude. And we also have... Where is my Gmail gone? Oh, there it is. Pinhead as well. Pinhead, I don't think I have your ally code. I'll probably close these up now. And next up is actually... Jar Jar. Kyle, thank you, buddy. If anyone fails that Cal mission with a good team, they need... it is very easy. It's very easy. How important is Rose's Omicron for the viability of the Zori team? Probably adds about an extra 10-15%. The thing is, right, is the way you usually beat a Zori team is you don't let it get off the ground, right? So it doesn't matter. In the instances where you don't let it get off the ground, it doesn't matter if they've got the Omi or not, because you don't give them the chance to operate, right? So, for example, if you've got a fast Imperial Trooper team, you kill the team before it really gets any turns, basically. Yeah? So it doesn't matter in those instances. Usually, if you let the Zori team actually do stuff, that's when it's going to bite you in the bum. So that's usually if you're taking in like a Jedi Knight Revan team, you can control it, and that's where she starts to get a little bit more viability and stuff like that. But my response is usually to just not let them take turns. But the Rose Omi is better. I wouldn't go out of your way to get it. It makes some counters harder, the Rose Omi. YouTube is showing us the room open. It was on the comments. I'll do it after Lopi fixed my mods. It's fixed now? Yes. Top 3 teams everyone should have, which said it was a year ago. Are you kidding me, MMM? That was a year ago today. I had 8.4 million. Oh, I was going to say, I'm at 11.2. There's no way I was on like 8.4. There's no way I've gained that much GP in a year. It was for the Gungans, not review? Oh, it was... Oh, you were just being kind and donating, Jar Jar. Oh, mate. That was very kind of you, buddy. Thank you so much, Jar Jar. You're a legend, dude. In which case, then, it's Kyle is up next. I'm going to get a roster review for my alt next week. Watch this space. Oh, Essex. Oh, Essex. Kyle, then, buddy. So tell me a little bit about your roster and what advice I can give for you, my friend. Let me know. How can Papa Scribble help you today? Sit down on the couch. I'll put the kettle on. We can set the wheels to rights. How's about that, Kyle? Lopey409. 9th of Jan, 2023. So a year and 2 months. A year and 2 months, and I've gone up 2.5 million. Whaling does things to a roster. The only whale is Essex. Get it? That'd be good. Hey, Hellscream, how you doing, buddy? Guapo. ¿Qué tal, hombre? Sitting on an Omicron right now, and I feel like there's so many options after the Lightspeed bundles. Absolutely, Mary Bacon. There are lots of options available to you when you like buff up your roster with all those Lightspeed bundles. Yeah, I wouldn't call it priority army. You know, it adds a little bit more viability to a Zori team, but I wouldn't go out of my way to get it. If you enter the priority list for roster reviews right now, would there still be time in the stream? Let me just check. Hold on. Yes, there would. Yes, there would. After Kyle, we've got Pinhead, so there would be time. Yeah. Wapple. What will the next Lightspeed bundle include? If I was to guess, I would say it's something that gears people towards C and JML. How they might fall, I don't know. But it's pure speculation based on the fact that we had GLs. The first 2 GLs come to Lightspeed bundles, and then we had a side thing. It was a legacy, a Legends, farm. It was Starkiller, right? As a more expensive one. They might drop a Lightspeed bundle for Afra for $50, maybe. I think it's unlikely, but it could theoretically happen. But I think it's more likely that we get stuff that helps people get C and help people get JML. What would you think would be the dark side for a free-to-play account? The dark side for a free-to-play account? I'm not sure I follow, Jeremiah. Maybe a Geo bundle? A Geo bundle could help. It could help people get Padme and work on into gas and help with the fleets for Malevolence and stuff like that, potentially. What is the best way to donate to content creators on Twitch? I feel like a boomer, but it's all confusing. Bits, gifted subs, Dreamy tokens. Well, the Dreamy tokens are just a free built-up currency. It doesn't give me anything. It's just there for users to redeem stuff for just shits and giggles, basically. Let's be honest. So if you really want to help a content creator, usually the best way to support them is through direct donations to a tipping page. Usually that's going to be a PayPal account. The next best is really it's bits on Twitch, and then it's subs. Subs is gives the least benefit to the streamer because Twitch takes 50% of all that income, whereas bits, 100% of it goes to the content creator. There's a little bit of commission that does get taken off, but it's minimal. And PayPal, it's basically just a handling fee by PayPal, which is very minimal as well. So I'm sorry, guys. I'm totally spaced out now, right? Hey, Papa Pump. JML plus C are the most likely next two. Yeah, that's what I would say. And possibly Profundity. I'd be surprised if Profundity gets anything. And why would they do Profundity before we've done anything for Executor? Are his mods good? We'll do a mod thing at the end. What is the best way to oh, sorry, I've already asked that. What they want people to wait, I think. Ah, nuts. I was thinking a crazy looking account. I don't know, rushing Leviathan before 4 million GP. All good, Wapo.
I will release the YouTube video of me gagging on fucking
Cock.
I will release.
Oh man, that Twitch clip gets me every time, dude. Thank you so much for the 500 biddies, Solar Powered. I appreciate you, man. Oh, that was such a... Oh, you're back, Carl. Carl, we're looking at your account, I believe. So tell me a little bit about your account and how it can help, buddy. Just got back from work. How's it going? It's going great, Sith. How you doing, dude? All good. Did I actually do it? Did I actually... Oh, release the video of me... No, funnily enough, that video does not yet exist. Not yet. It could be coming up later on my OnlyScribes. I don't have an OnlyFans account, guys. Not yet. Not yet. Thankfully, we have not yet fallen so low. Oh, my days. Oh, my days. Where is my phone? I heard it beep. It must be around here somewhere. Ah. So you're saying there's a chance? Yeah, there's always a chance. Where there's a will, there's a way. Savage's wife called him only cats. Do you think Jar Jar will be added to Proving Grounds after his run in Conquest? Jar Jar's not in Conquest. Jar Jar's a legendary character, Legion. Just waiting on Kyle. Do. Yeah, so Jar Jar will be legendary. The next Conquest character is Queen Amidala. And everything that is a Conquest character eventually goes to Proving Grounds. Yeah. Okay, so you're finishing off Ufu and going hard for Gungans. I want to do JMK bad. I am also farming Bo-Katan Mandalore. That's a lot, dude. You got a lot on your plate, my brother. You got a lot on your plate. Alright, so finishing off Ufus. Let's take a look at the Ufus first and foremost. You've got 8.7 mil. You're rocking the 5 GLs. Loving to see that. Let's check out these online forces. What are you trying to finish up here? Alright. So, I see you got the Seer. I can see Seer. I can see Tehran Malakos. I can see Cal. Relic 7, Relic 7, Relic 7. I can see Ahsoka Tano Fulcrum. Relic 5. So theoretically, you've got the team. Maybe you want more relics on Ahsoka Tano Fulcrum? Or do you want Visas Mar to work with your Star Killer? What is finishing off Ufus in your book? You do have so much on your plate. You need to take smaller bites, my friend. Scarred on crew. Oh, so it's literally just Zetas. It's just Zetas. All I would say, you don't need crew in that team. You don't need crew in that team. And you've got the double... You've got the Ommis that you need for the team, really. Yeah, you're missing an Ommi on Terran Malakos. Is it on the Die Whelp? That's usually the last one people get. Yeah. It's nice to have. I'm not sure if it's entirely necessary. But, I mean, you've got this one there, unless you're thinking TW as well. You're thinking Cal and Ahsoka Tano Fulcrum TW Ommis. If that's the case, then, you know, mad props to you. I respect it. Because, yeah, it's good fun. Okay, I'm with you. And, yeah, so you don't need crew in that team. You can actually make it work perfectly fine with OG Kylo. Honestly, the 5th in the Malakos team is almost irrelevant, I'll be honest. No hate, but R8 Maul and no Zetas. R8 Maul, no Zetas. I'm assuming that Zetas are a massive, massive pinch for our boy Kyle at the minute. Do you have Lord Vader as well? No Lord Vader right now, so, you know. I just did it for TB, remember? He needs more raid score. How do you know, Jar Jar? How do you know? Okay, fine. So, finishing off these, I mean, it's not a heck of a lot of work. Obviously, the Ommis will take you a little bit of time. It's nice enough over here. Oh, right. Oh, ignore Jar Jar. He's not important. Don't worry about Jar Jar. Mandalorians are a good team anyway. Yeah, they are. They are. If you've got the team for them. which I wouldn't say is the case right now. Not massively a priority for you. I mean, you can make it work. Gar and ISC can work independent of Maul. You can do like a Maul Canderous team with like Bo-Katan and stuff like that, but we're getting into the weeds a bit there. I don't think it's something like I actually think something like this is just a bit of a waste of investment for you at the moment, because like you don't have a team for him. So there is no way to edit the name once the payment is sent. I sent you a DM in Discord with the email. Okay, thank you, Apple. Thank you, buddy. I'll get you to the list. I'm sorry. Yeah, we'll sort that out. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. Yep, I can see it there. Good stuff. Yeah, thank you, buddy. Alright, okay. My JML has 3 Zetas. My SK Ben Maul Cat Inquisitors all have total of 0, and I don't have full Zeta to spend. Adam, ouch, dude. So wait, don't forget, I did it mid-TB, last TB, because... Oh, of course, Kyle, sorry, dude. Sorry, dude, I totally forgot. You were that poor bloke that had to blow all of his resources on Maul. I'm sorry, dude. Like, that is painful. You should leave your guild. You should leave your guild right now. Isn't that right, Jar Jar? I can't believe you relegate your Maul for that. I mean, dude, you are a stand-up member of the community, aren't you, mate? Is there a way to... it's closed at the moment, Duke. We've closed off because I've got about 3 or 4 priority roster reviews, and oh, you're an officer as well. Oh, Jesus, mate. Then you're gonna have to definitely get out of there. Absolutely, you know, run to the hills, buddy. Run to the hills. Yeah. Okay, fine. This is fine. I totally forgot you did that for TB. Sorry, dude. Finishing off, if you're going hard for Gungans, I want to do JMK bad, and you're filming for Bo-Katan. Okay, well, Bo-Katan, I always tell people to ignore Bo-Katan, right? And the simple reason is that she's good. She's not good enough to warrant like pushing hard for. It doesn't look like you're pushing hard for her though. More importantly, it looks like her legendary event is going to come back every month. So there's no reason for you to like push any faster than necessary, because she's just always going to be around. A true team player. You also have GI and TW Omicrons. Nice. Run to the sand of Tatooine. Run to the sands. I'm guessing that this person is on YouTube, but if they R-rated their Maul just for the guild, they better be gifting that back. I know, right, Solopout? Yeah, he's on YouTube in the chat. Oh, is there a way to view the roster review queue? I'm sorry. Like, I mean, I could. I don't know how much value it'll offer because I need to update it. So that's it at the minute. We've done, and we've done Melkasel, and we're working on Carl right now. We've got Pinhead, and we've also got Wapo as well. Wapo is down there. Here's a premium one. So we're here. We've got at least 2 premiums left over, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 non-premiums. So yeah, I'm definitely closing off the roster reviews right now. Okay, so you can slow farm for the Bo-Katan event. If you really are pushing hard on Gungans, let's take a look and see where you're at. You are pushing hard on Gungans, aren't you, brother? What would you do? This kind of paints you in, dude. I'll be honest. This kind of paints you in. You've already R5'd your boss Nass. You can't R5 your boss Nass and then just not do the rest of the faction. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. You can't just be like, yeah, I'm boss Nass in it, and then the rest of the Gungans get the scraps. You know what I mean? So Yeah, not even I have an R5 boss NAS, but I didn't think to try and, well, we didn't know they were coming. I didn't think to try and start doing this whaley boy action down here. We managed to secure ourselves a vault. We're getting relatively close to the vault and a half point, which should get us to a 7-star. It'll be 6-star unlock and then 7-star by the end of the marquee. We're getting close to it. So definitely finish off your Gungans. Absolutely, there's nothing wrong with finishing off your online force users. I don't think there's any point in you sidelining from that. Let's take a look at where you said you wanted to go. Okay, yeah. So you said you want to do JMK really badly, and you're farming for Bo-Katan. I would don't put any gear into the Bo-Katan unless you're actually going to be finished. Unless it's a real passion project for you, I would not. I can't recommend it. Right now, we don't know when the Mandalore planet's coming in. There's other things that you could be farming that will get you better investment, right? JMK is all very well and good. Do you have Commander Ahsoka Tano? You've got Commander Ahsoka Tano, so yeah. I feel it does bring you value. Let's check out your fleets first, though. Okay, so you're missing Profundity. Everybody, what is it with people are missing on Profundity? Guys, do you not like Profundity? Do you not like the Profundity? It's a great capital ship, except it doesn't listen to me when I ask it to assist. It's still a great capital ship. So I'm, looking at your roster. We've got 5 GLs, yeah? So you're missing 3. Jabba, technically speaking, would be better for your roster than JMK. Just saying. But if you, you got to strike that balance between what is good and what do you want to do. Because you can't always be in a position of, I have to farm this long, grindy character, and then you just get burned out. You get completely burned out. So maybe for you, Gungans is kind of your passion project. I don't know. You tell me, buddy. Lopi Guild punch bag. Is it worth using Jedi Luke on lead if you have Revan but not JMK? If so, what's the best team? Feel like you deserve the spotlight. JML is phenomenal. He's very good. But it's only really worth using him as a lead if you've got him at Relic 9. You can use him at Relic 8. Relic 7, it starts to be a little bit like, well, you'd usually use someone like JMK with Jedi Knight Luke, Hermit Yoda, JML himself, and a lot of people throw in Wat Tambor to force the tank tech onto JML. And that's how it used to be anyway. It was a long time ago now. And that was in arenas, not in Grand Arena, R9s and the farm for the Rebel Y-Wing is a pain, but the damn ship is the last requirement for Profundity. Well, I mean, yeah, we say that, but he's got Leviathan, which requires 2 R9s. You want to use Jedi Knight Luke lead? No. If you have Revan but not... So hang on. You want to use Jedi Knight Luke? You don't have JMK. Do you mean JML? If you've got JML, you should be using JML lead if he's at least Relic 8. If you don't have him, you can use Jedi Knight Luke, but typically you wouldn't use him in a JKR team. You'd use Jedi Knight Luke lead with Old Ben, Shaq T, Grandmaster Yoda, that sort of thing, Hermit Yoda. Meathead, I will absolutely look at your roster, buddy. But you have to, in return, give me the Jar Jar Binks kit reveal. I think that's a fair deal, Meathead. I'm just saying. I'm sure the chat will back me up. You'll chat me up. Don't chat me up, chat. You'll back me up, chat, won't you? Quick, let's hold Meathead ransom for a exclusive kit reveal. Fair deal? Yeah, see, it seems fair. People agree. I'm very disappointed, Meathead. Where's all the Gungan artwork? All I heard was blah blah blah. Drat. I'm missing the Meathead artwork of these marquees. Is it where's it at? Where's it at? Just looked at your 5v5 GAC record this week. Your Malgus held against Slacker, really, Jeremiah? That's huge. Meet the artist, lost inspiration. You need to find your muse. Meathead. That's all it is. Jar Jar kit for Scribe. Yeah, Running Bull Man has happened. Apparently it's not. Apparently it's not. We tried, guys. We tried. We tried our socializing. Shout out to Meathead in the chat. Stand-up community manager right there. Hey, peace out, les gens. Lopez now needs... He needs to get more in the raid. He's only getting 2/3 of what he should be getting. I mean, if Lopez to me... If Lopez did come to me and he said, help me, Scribbles, I need to know which teams to invest in for the raid, I would happily give some advice there, but that's not what he asked. Not what he asked. He didn't ask for that. Malgus is amazing for me. With the Doubtcron, took down an enemy JML on defense. Yep. You're getting 9 mil in the raid? I mean, that's okay. Nothing like you're getting more millions in the raid than there are in your GP. Well done, buddy. Well done. I mean, I do the same, but that's because very few people have got 15 million GP. Anyway, yes. So, you're already going for Gungans. So you need to do the Gungans. I really want to see profundity action in here. But hey, if you really want to push JMK, you can push JMK. I think Jabber is a better investment for you long term. You could even go Jabber into JMK if you want. You've already done JML. That helps a little bit with your Jabber farm. So, I mean, this is just how I would do it. This is just how I would do it. You know? It would be profundity. Oh, tough. It's profundity or Jabber as a toss-up for the next thing. After that, you'll do whichever one you didn't do. Then it would be JMK. Then you leave Lord Vader till last because, you know, he's the red-headed stepchild. Gungans, profundity, Jabber, JMK. That's how I would do it, Carl, for sure. And don't gear any raid required characters, okay? Stay away from the raid required characters. It's a trap. It's a trap. You're doing Gungans. You're gonna hit the ground running for the new raid. You know, everybody else is playing checkers and you're playing chess. And stay away from Bo Katan. I mean, I can't in good conscience advocate for Bo-Katan Mandalore. She's coming back once a month, every month, by the looks of things, you know? So you could slow farm her if you want, if you happen to finish up all the characters and happen to have a bunch of Relic 7 mats available to do it. It's fine. She's a good character. But honestly, you're better off finishing off your GLs and get your profundity and all that sort of business, in my opinion. I know characters are more fun than ships, but ships matter. Ships matter, bro. Does that make sense, Cal? By the time he gets her datacron will expire, though. Well, I mean, I think you underestimate the power of the wallet. The power of credit card debt. Good stuff. Any further questions, Kyle? Or do I need to run your mods? I need to run your mods, buddy. Let's do that real quick. I can't believe you relocated your mall for your guild. You are a gentleman and a scholar. We need more people like you in life. Where is my thingy? Here it is. That's right, sometimes Scribble loses his thingy. Sometimes Scribble loses his thingy. You heard it here first. Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. You've got $30,000 in credit card debt. You must have a lot of Relic 9s, Ace of Spades. No, thank you. Okay, go ahead. Sorry, Kyle. Aren't they supposed to roll out a new Uber ship in 4 months? Ask Meathead. Ask Meathead, Coda. He'll be able to tell you. Meathead is on his last set of requirements for Jabber. Yes, Meathead. You know your priorities. Get Jabber, the giant slug. He will pay off in the short and long term. Alrighty. Here we go. We've got Mr. Lopi's mods. Let us be casting a critical eye over the mods for Lopi. Oh, well. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but a sub 2.0 mod score. This is what happens when the credit card debt starts to rack up high as the mods get left behind. The mods are a dot to you. That's an obscure quote. I doubt many people will catch it. Yeah, work on your mods, buddy. You obviously know how to do it, because you've got a couple over that 25 bracket. You just don't have a lot of them, probably because you've been playing the game for like 3 weeks. I'm joking, obviously. This is just a natural cause of doing a little bit of whaling on lightspeed bundles. You just get boatloads and boatloads of GP and it leaves your mods behind. That's fine. Players of Meathead, what's your ally code? I want to know. I want to know. Free Jar Jar for everyone watching from Meathead. I mean, Meathead has said he will give out free GLs. He'll finish off everybody's GLs. If you just, you know, I don't know, follow him on Twitch. You're so far past the mods, you can't even see the mods. The mods are a dot to you. Duff Cake, my hero. That's huge. No worries, Jeremiah. I'm so glad somebody got the quote. Yeah, good business, Carl. You got a banging roster, dude. Banging roster, mate. And yeah, Darth Bane is an absolute smash. Meathead. He's amazing. Oop. Hold up. We've got some Egni. Let's pick that up. Uh-oh. Don't let your mod energy cap. Or any cap. Oh, I'm sorry, Malcasel. I totally forgot. Your hot utils is 2.7. Is that good for 8.7 mil? I mean, typically you do want higher, but the point I will say about it, 14 battles for 2 car attack. Ugh. Meathead, could you give me preferential drops in the game, please? Is that a thing you could do? It's a natural consequence of buying lightspeed bundles, unfortunately. You just get a boatload of GP and it lowers your mod score because you're not getting boatloads of mods at the same time, right? So what you'll find is that mod score is likely going to decrease if you keep spending money buying characters and unlocking things. That's just the way it goes. So long as you keep on investing in your mods will continue to grow and get better over time. But it's very, very difficult to increase your mod score. It takes a long time, more than anything else, just because of the large element of RNG involved in rolling mods and the amount of time it takes to build up. There's never any guarantees to get good mods. So 2.7 is fine for where you're at right now, given your current circumstance, but you're going to want to try and double that rating, like 5+, just to be in a decent position, you know? Sent your allocate in Discord. Cheers, Meathead. I'm curious. We'll take a quick detour. We're just going to take a quick detour. I'm going to run the mods on Meathead's account. And then we're going to roster roast him. What do you think, guys? Should we give Meathead a roster roast? I'm sure he wants a roster roast, really. Oh, well, this is the roasting in of itself. Meathead, dude, where's your mods at, bro? Where's your mods at? 1.06. Ah, gosh, Meathead, my brother, my heart, it breaks. It breaks. Oh no, no. We need to look at this, Meathead. We need to look at this, man. Can't you just, like, ask the devs to just, like, drop you a couple of 25s, plus 25 speed secondaries, maybe, like, 100 of them? 7.6 million and one... Oh, my God. Meathead, no. Oh, no. Oh, it's so brutal. Meathead doesn't like Datacrons either. Oh, no. Oh, no. All right. I left the game when 6 dots were being introduced. Ouch. Yeah. Meathead needs some of that. He needs some of that loving from like a test account just to shufty over some of those mods. All right, 7.6 million for Meathead's account. We're rocking the R9 JML, Layer Organa, which I got respect for. I got respect for the R9 Layer Organa. What I don't have respect for is the R6 on JML and Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. This is just rude, Meathead. It's just rude. Okay, JML is an R9 character. Can we swap this? Can we turn this 6 upside down to a 9, please? He's also missing a Zeta. Rey's missing 2 Zetas. Meathead. Hold up. Let me in. Let you in where exactly? Oh my days, Mr. Meathead, sir. Mr. Meathead, sir. Search for the Tuscans. Oh, yeah, I mean, I would assume with a name like Tuscan Meathead that his Tuscans must be like all relegate. Where are they? I know how the alphabet works. Yeah, I'll throw you the link now, Meathead. Hold up. I think you came in briefly. I think you came in briefly to sort out one of the gifts. Hold up. Oh, that's the wrong chat. Actually, you're in Twitch, aren't you? You're in Twitch. Oh, thanks, Wolfman. Appreciate you. I'll get you into chat right now. I'll watch for you to come in. Oh my god, the Tuscans are relict. I didn't even see that. That's amazing. There's Meathead. There he is. Right, I'll need to give you a voice chat. So there should, if you look at my Discord, there we are. Hold up. Hey, Meathead, can you talk?
All right, there we go. I'm now muting your stream. Listen here. All right.
Hit me with it.
Hit me with it.
I'm very disappointed, Meathead. I mean, a 1.0 on your mods. I know you missed out on the 6 dots, but come on. You got some of that secret sauce coming from CG, surely.
Have you seen? Look at my mods. Does it look like I'm getting any sauce?
No. Maybe you just need to ask in the right way, Meathead. I don't know, because, I mean, you're doing all this work out here in the community, and they can't even give you a couple of plus 25 speed secondaries. That's got to be a perk of the job.
Man. Yeah, I have not touched mods since I got back and right before I left.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah,
no, I mean, the character choices are fine. The character choices are totally fine, but the mods. If I sort your roster by speed, who comes up first outside of GLs? Oh, it's Mara Jade.
Would Ray maybe?
Your JML is your fastest. Your JML is which is interesting actually. I mean, I suppose the JML. Oh my gosh, the JML is 521. Oh, that's the fastest character. Oh dear me. I mean, we could do a whole roast just on the speeds of your GLs. I think.
I'm sure that there is so much wrong with my account.
We could help you out, Meathead. We could give you some guidance if you like, but
I feel like this would be like a week-long series where it's like I don't know, the Meat Factory, where I just get eaten up and thrown to the wild. It'd be bad. It's bad. Yeah, it's not great.
I mean, I've seen better. I will be honest.
A whole lot better.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a couple of rosters earlier today had higher mod scores, and I think they've been playing for about 6 months. But
yep, that sounds about right. That sounds right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The meat grinder, Wolfie. That's absolutely right. Yeah. Yeah. So tell me, like the R9 Leia, but no R9s on JML. Like, do you just really like Leia Organa? Not that I judge. Obviously.
I do.
She is.
I think Leia was probably my first real re-heavy investment again.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Everything else was kind of like, oh, I got back into the game. Like, folks were like pushing me along, like get JML.
Yeah.
Right. Like, I didn't know why I was doing. I just knew, like, I had no GLs when I came back. So,
oh wow,
Leia
really?
was kind of like my.
Oh, so you've made some good progress.
Yeah. I mean, because I had a lot of the things already, or like in kind of in place, and then obviously like swiping the credit card every now and then helps a little bit.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, whaling does support growth in some.
I wouldn't say it was the whaling. It was probably more like a dolph-forkening.
Dolph-forkening? Yeah, we can coin that.
Yeah.
Dolph-forkening. Yeah. You're not like a magic card just sort of flopping on the side of the pavement.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
Getting a little bit. Yeah. I mean, did you do any Lightspeed bundles, or had you already really got most of the?
Oh yeah, the only Lightspeed bundle I didn't have to buy was the Starkiller one.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. So
Yeah.
you'd already done Starkiller the organic way.
I did.
I don't blame you. 'Cause Starkiller is such a cool character, and he's phenomenal in the game. So, yeah, I support that.
The non-GL, semi-GL.
Yeah, I mean he's like halfway there at the very least. He's GL
Yep.
0.5 roughly.
Those
But I
mods
mean,
make me sad. I know. I know they're bad.
I mean, Meathead lives with it day in day out. I mean, if somebody reset my account and I lost all my mods, don't. Whoa, hang on, Meathead, do not reset my account. Please don't.
Oh, okay, because I was like already halfway there.
I was hovering over that big red button that you have over like deleting various content creators' accounts and stuff. Yeah, don't hit that button, because if I lost all my mods, I would seriously consider just hanging up my YouTube, hanging up the Twitch, and just being like, no, it's just not worth it, man, because mods just take so much time to farm.
That's fair. I think it's too is I don't even know where to start with my where to even go. I wouldn't even know where to go start wise, because the fact that I'm so bad at it right now. I am in a green pasture and I can run in any direction.
Yeah.
And because I can run in any direction, that's the problem. So it's kind of I think that's why I've been kind of avoiding it. Yeah.
I mean, the biggest thing is to refresh your mod energy 3 times a day. And then I make the decision of, if I have enough slicing materials to do a decent amount, like 200 of each, I will then just spend all my mod energy on farming speed mods. Ignore every other type of mod, just go into the speed mod challenges, fill up your inventory with speed mods, and then just blow all your credits, exposing all of your mods, in a PG friendly manner, to find out the secondary stats, and filter anything that's got 4 or more speed is the ones you start investing in, and you just go from there. Level them up, slice them. If they don't roll speed after you've sliced them at least twice, then you sell them and move on, and you will cry.
I was doing that. That's the thing, and I think I just stopped.
Yeah.
When I got back, playbook. I think I read a thing about him telling people to do that, and I was looking for 4/5s and all that. Not necessarily just for speed mods, but just in general for secondary.
Yeah.
And so I did that, and I think I did that for maybe 3 weeks. I think I did it for a solid 3 weeks. And then I think I just stopped.
Yeah. It's an easy thing to not want to continue, because the experience is not always enjoyable, and by not always I mean it's almost never enjoyable, because you're like, why won't you roll speed? But yeah, unfortunately it's the only way. It's it's a war of attrition with not having rubbish mods. And it feels
can't
great,
get much worse, can it?
No, well, I mean, if you keep getting more GP and not improve your mods, you won't be able to.
That is actually true. That is actually true. Okay, fair.
You're like, okay, so which character today gets to have a mod? We'll see. Maybe I'll strip my slacker of mods. Just it's the long game, unfortunately. Ranger calls it mod depression. But he seems to have insanely good luck when rolling mods, so I don't know why he calls it mod depression. He's just...
I don't. I'll tell you that right now.
No. I mean, it's very satisfying when you happen to get, you have to roll that plus 25 speed secondary, you get a plus 27, plus 28, plus 29. You're like, oh my god, is it my birthday? But those are few and far between. But
that can happen.
It can happen, yeah. It's like when you roll a 6 speed on a mod, you're like, oh my god, they do exist. But mostly it's just flat defense rolling and 3s. You're like, oh.
Yep.
But hey. Yeah. Well, that's cool to have you join in and let us see your roster. I had no idea.
Yeah, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I am getting called to another conversation, but I told them to hold because I was in an important business.
Oh, it's technically, this is
important
part of work,
business,
right? Yeah, I mean,
this is important business.
Managing the community to stop us roster roasting you. Yeah, I get
it. Yeah, it's bad. Well, I'll put some work into it, and then I'll fling you £5. Was it £5? I don't even know what funny money you have me sending.
And Monopoly money. That's the one.
Yeah, what Monopoly money you have me sending? £5? 5 p.
You know the slang already. Yeah, well done. No,
Um,
none needed for that roast. That's top quality roster. 10 out of 10 would do it again. Mm-hmm.
oh, perfect. Well, you enjoy the rest of your stream,
You too, buddy. All the best.
and I'll catch you later.
Cheers. Bye. Ah, that was nice. See, Meathead is good people, guys. He's good people. £5. Yeah. I mean, I can't very well accept money from Meathead because technically then that would, technically be classed as gifts and hospitality, and I would officially be a CG shill, I guess. So I would probably get roasted online by the masses. We love you, Meathead. Thanks for joining, buddy. That was awesome, dude. Thank you so much. All right, apologies, ladies and gentlemen. Apologies for that. Let's go ahead and find out where we were supposed to be on our roster review. Where were we supposed to be? Okay, it's Pinhead. Pinhead. I need to get your, if you're in the chat still, I need to get your ally code, my dude. Horse brutality. Oh my days. Oh, months behind. Is that you? I gave it to? You gave it to? Hmm. Do. Oh, you gave it to me. What, inside the PayPal thingy? For some reason, I don't get any message here. I don't know why. Let me go over to Stream Elements and go over to Revenue. I don't know why it never lets me actually see the messages. Let me just open up the page real quick. Yeah, that's not showing there. Yeah, if you could just give it to me in chat, dude. Sorry, bro. He's a great guy. Yeah, Meathead is really good people, man. He's really good people. He didn't have to come in here and start having a chat. He did that of his own accord. Surprised me. It was nice of him, though. Yeah, dame. So, yeah, for some reason, months behind, it just doesn't come up with the actual message that you gave. Like, it doesn't show anywhere, unfortunately. So I can't see whatever message you gave. Completed. Tracking information. No. Yep. I swear there was a time where it would, but it's just not showing it at the moment. When you're in a meeting and you glance over and see your pathetic roster still up on screen. Well, I mean, the R6, the missing Zetas, it's just... That's just... Goddamn. Meathead. Why? Yeah, so if you can just check it in the chat, then months behind, we'll get cracking. We'll get crack-a-lackin'. And after this, I'm going to sort out the notifications to make sure that this works. After this, we've got Wappo. Wappo! You put it in chat. Make sure you separate it. months behind, separate it by X's or dashes because YouTube will filter it out otherwise. If you just put a line of numbers, I can't see it. It doesn't come up in the chat. You have to separate it by X's every 3 numbers. Well, not every 3 numbers necessarily, but try and do it that way. Sorry, months behind. I don't know why YouTube's chat filters it out. It just doesn't let you put straight numbers. You'll have to do like... Yeah, exactly, just like that. I mean... Yeah, there you go, months behind. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Thank you, Duke. Absolutely. Can we just... This is Meathead's mod score. Don't be like Meathead. Farm your mods. No, it's okay, months behind. I forget as well. I forget to remind people. Because unfortunately, I don't know why YouTube does that. I don't know why it does. Okay, so, do you want to tell me a little bit about your roster and how I can help, buddy? Let me know what's what. Months behind is months behind. Flat yabbing for society. Bane and Lord Vader look sick. I mean, Bane is sick. 8.8 mil. Alright. Well, hold up. Did I just see Leviathan in there as well? You just for profundity and you're looking as to what to do next. Okay, great. So 8.8 million. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the earthly GLs, and you have got Jabba the Hutt, which is incredibly valuable. You are missing JMK. You are missing Lord Vader. You are missing someone else. I know the GLs. Leia. There we go. So... Alright. Okay. So, you said you just finished up the Profundity. I'm happy to hear at least one person today has actually farmed the Profundity. So, congratulations. You've got all your capital ships. Amazing. Okay, great. You're in a good holding position right now. You don't necessarily need to be whaling on the capital ships to max these out. Profundity in particular, you can actually hold off on. It's useful in TB to have it 7 stars, but it'll do most of the work that it can do at sort of 4 or 5 star range. Do I farm for Profundity or wait for a Lightspeed bundle? You're asking me ahead about that. Okay, cool. So, you don't need to worry about your fleet necessarily anymore. Let's actually quickly check if you've got the Empire setup done. So you've got your Chimera. You've got the TIE Defender. We don't have a TIE Reaper. We do have a TIE Interceptor. So no GI right now. So, I mean, that can give us an indication about where we can go. You'll find yourself in an odd position right now, okay? This is a tricky time to be planning for the future in Galaxy of Heroes just because of the uncertainty around the new event and when it's coming and what it's going to bring and all this sort of business, right? Normally, in an average world, I'd be like, hey, get Leia. Get Leia because Leia is the featured raid character. She does very good. She's a great PvP, great PvE content character. She's got lots of good support within her team, helps you build out your Phoenix, helps you build out your Ewoks, all this sort of good business. She's a great character. And then you leave your Ewoks to rot because they suck, and Malicos has the better rocks. That's not really advice. However, with the new raid on the horizon in 4 months' time, roughly, and we're guesstimating right now. We know it's coming to summer. We know it's most likely going to be after Queen Amidala is actually in the game. She is due in 3 months and a half, which means, you know, probably about that time is what we're expecting this new raid to drop, which would put it at about the end of June, early July, maybe. Could obviously be a little bit later, might be August, but regardless, there's only a limited amount of time left in the speeder bike raid for you to really gain the most amount of benefit out of Leia. So, holding pattern is not a good idea in general. There's no point holding off. Now, I don't know if you're whaling at all on Gunganus. Doesn't look like it. You did a little bit. You did a little bit of that whaling just to get him up to 4 star and then bumped him up to 5 with the daily logins and everything like that. So, that's good and everything. I don't think necessarily you need to push too hard. If you're happy to do a little bit of whaling on all the Gungans as they come out, I think it's a sensible thing to do because it's actually a very good investment. It shouldn't cost you too much in crystals to bump up those Gungans at least a star or 2. I definitely recommend doing that. I think it is worthwhile for basically everybody. but not necessarily gear them to try and get Jar Jar. We don't know if Jar Jar is going to be a temporary thing, if he's going to be a monthly thing, if he's going to be permanently to Journey Guide. At this point, we'll have to wait and see. All I think is it's going to be very, very quick after the end of the marquees for Jar Jar to be released. I don't think we're going to have the luxury of them being free to play farmable. So I'm not necessarily recommending you push on Gungans. After that, we can take a look at stuff like, oh, your Inquisitorius are looking a little bit lacking, good sir. Inquisitorius helps you get Reaver for your guild, obviously, but also ties into better fleets. Your fleet game is pretty much there. You're missing some stars, but your Executor, Rex, Chimera counter to Leviathan currently doesn't exist. Because it doesn't work without the Scythe. And for the Scythe, you need to get Grand Inquisitor. Grand Inquisitor gives you access to Reaver, helps your guild. How is your guild progressing in TB? Are many people getting that? Are many people getting Jedi Knight Cal, access to Zepho, that sort of thing? Let me know. Let's take a look at Cal real quick. Okay, you're not ready for Jedi Knight Cal. Hey, what's going on, Mark? How you doing, dude? Fleet climb starts in 15 minutes. Make sure you don't miss it, buddy. You missed it, Mark. We had Meathead in the voice chat earlier. We gave him a little bit of a roster roast. Just a little smidgen of a roster roast. No one is getting Reaver shards. Okay, fine. Are you pushing for Zepho at all? Never that. No, I can't miss that fleet climb. Can't miss the fleet climb. You just can't do it, Captain. Roast that ass. He was a good sport. He was a good sport. We were making fun of his mods, and he wanted to come in and have a chat. Okay, fine. So you're not pushing Zepho, and you're not pushing for Reaver. I don't particularly like that approach of your guild, but that's not what you're asking me for advice on. What I would say is that they bring you advantages to your roster, right? And the fact that your guild is not even pushing for it yet means that your Grand Inquisitor and your Reaver is like way in the future, which is not a great thing, if you ask me. Have you got Commander Ahsoka Tano? Okay, you've got a cat up and running, which you probably use with like a Padme team or something like that. But the fact that you've got cat opens up the viability for JMK. It's just whether or not we feel that JMK is more valuable than, say, getting Leia, right? It's a tricky one. Yeah, because your options are basically Leia, JMK, or Lord Vader. I think Lord Vader can effectively wait, so it becomes Leia or JMK. Really, like in the current climate, Leia offers more. But again, it's only short term. I would probably say your best bet is pushing into getting Leia right now. Hey, peace out, Rob. You need a better guild, to be honest. I would start there, to be honest, months behind. The only issue I would have, if you're moving to get into a better guild, which I'm sure you can get into a better guild, is they'll take a look at your Inquisitors and they'll be like, we need you to invest in Inquisitors. Or they'll take a look at your Jedi Knight Cal requirements and they'll be like, we need you to invest in this. So it's something for you to consider. I would definitely look for a new guild. I know that makes me sound like a bit of a bum, a little bit of a so-and-so. JMK is Galactic Republic. New Padme Conquest is surely Galactic Republic heavy. Yeah, I don't think that Queen Amidala is going to go with JMK. I think she's going to be her own leader. That's just my initial thoughts on it. How do I get in this line for a roster review? I've been the next go at the end of 3 different streams. Oh, I'm sorry, Mark. It's just the way it is. When people like these are all premium roster reviews. When they roll in, I have to give them priority. I'm sorry, brother. And we're only going to be live for a little bit longer now as well, Mark, because it does get late for me. It gets late. Unfortunately, it's hard to get the roster reviews in for the Americans. Maybe that's something that I need to start doing on a Friday. Maybe we start the stream early. We do a couple of hours of roster reviews on a Friday. Then we stay up late. We do the double gack, and then we go to bed. So yeah, months behind. Apologies. I would definitely advise looking for a stronger guild, one that's pushing a little bit heavier on TB, because ultimately getting Reaver is incredibly valuable to everybody's account. More importantly, it's not incentivizing you to push and get better characters. Like, the Inquisitors are very good. They're a very good team, but they're locking you out of getting the Scythe and building up an additional counter. More options is always good, and they'll get you better rewards. So I want to say, in the current climate, you push for Leia. I think Leia, then JMK, then Lord Vader. That will be your order of GLs that you should unlock based on current information and what we know about the game right now. I think that you have to keep Inquisitors on the table, and you should probably take a look into the Jedi Knight Cal requirements, although in about 4 months he's going to be permanently in the journey guide, so that makes it a bit easier for you. Think that QA, Queen Amidala, will take Padme away from JMK the same way Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, Cammy. I wouldn't be surprised at all if something like that happened. We know we're getting 2 characters for Galactic Republic to work with Queen Amidala, which means there's going to be 2 slots left open. Padme is kind of a sensible choice because a lot of JMK teams do use Padme, but she doesn't offer a massive load because you can still go like JMK, GK, Commander Ahsoka Tano, Snips, and then you can throw in Mace, and that's still a really strong team. Mace is actually the preferred go-to. Double tank with Mace, and the Omicron in TW is actually really good. So I feel like we're going to see a little bit more in like Galactic Republic non-Jedi teams for Padme, which is nice because they need some loving. You have them, but not leveled up any of the Cal characters yet. Yeah, exactly. And the good thing about the Cal characters is you only need them gear 12 to be ready for the event. So yeah, you got Merrin, Tarfufu, Tarful. Yeah, we're looking good. So, you're doing good, buddy. Well done. And then Merrin, Tarful, saw. Oh, it was Cal and Seer, wasn't it? And I saw Cal, Seer. Yeah, good. So you're in a good position. You could be Cal ready. It's only gear 12 across all those characters. Yes, it's a lot of Cairo tech, but it's good to have in your back pocket. Good to have in your back pocket in case you do look for a guild and they're like, we really need you to be ready for the Zepho mission, which means you need Jedi Knight Cal, realistically speaking. Now, because he's due any day soon, I'd be very surprised if you had all the gear ready to unlock Jedi Knight Cal immediately. You might do, I don't know, but have it something to consider. After that, like I said, I think you should always keep Inquisitors on the table to be ready for a guild switch. And I think priority of GLs for you is going to be Leia, JMK, Lord Vader. Okay? Do you have Maul? You've got Maul as well. That's huge. That's huge. Do you have Darkside Mandos? Not really. Not really. Nothing wrong with farming the shards on someone like Paz. I love that you got this Satyr on there. That was clearly for Conquest Cheese. I salute you, sir. Queen Amidala will probably have a Naboo tag. I don't think she'll get a Galactic Republic tag. Maybe. I mean, it's possible, Melkisel. It's possible. I think they'll probably just be incredibly prescriptive with her kit. That's all. I think she's going to be a leader. She's definitely getting the Galactic Republic tag because they said it in the road ahead, right? I believe. All right. So, okay, they didn't say it specifically for Queen Amidala, but they said Queen Amidala plus new Galactic Republic characters. So, she will be a future Conquest Chase character as well as accompanied by 2 new characters for the Galactic Republic faction. I think it's incredibly unlikely that Queen Amidala comes to the game with a Naboo faction, and they drop Galactic Republic faction and she doesn't have it. Like, it doesn't make sense for her to not have it. They might still add a Naboo tag, or like the equivalent of a Rebel Fighter tag for Galactic Republic, but I think instead, to stop her working with stuff like JMK, they'll make her incredibly prescriptive or lock all her power behind her leadership or something like that. It's clear to me now that the Republic no longer functions. I pray you will bring sanity and compassion back to the Senate. Heat cheese, absolutely. Absolutely months behind. And I support it. I ship it. It's good business. It's good business. So what sort of things are we missing? Keller and Beck. You should be farming the shards of Keller and Beck if you can, if you have the capacity. Like, always be shard farming. You're doing a pretty good job of that in general. Man, you are hungry to spend your credits, aren't you? I can see all these level 1 character, gear 1 characters, but you still take them to level 85. I'd save your credits if you can. Unless you just happen to have boatloads of credits. That Ben Solo not invested. I mean, that's one to look at, dude. One to look at. You've got your Ray. Ray with Ben Solo is a different beast. You know? Ray with Ben Solo is just completely different. Massively improves the viability of your Ray. So, have a think about that. You highly doubt they add a Naboo tag? It could happen. It could happen. It might not. I think they're just going to be prescriptive. Just got him after this conquest. Oh, okay, so he's new to your account. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Well, definitely try to make him a priority, especially if you have the Zetas and at least one army available. If you do have an army available, you want to put it on the Force Dyad ability. This one over here. This is the one that will give him the revive within GAC, which is what makes Ray more awkward to deal with in GAC at the moment. So that's where your priority is. If you're low on mats, try to get the Force Dyad sorted out. And the other one would be Zori, of course, just to give you a little bit more flexibility in your roster. You've got her at gear 12. She's missing the army, but she's close. So you've obviously considered her. I would encourage you to keep considering her if you can. And then when you're ready to push for the big ticket items, it's definitely going to be a case of JMK. But I think your first port of call has to be finding a new guild, mate. I'll be honest. I know it sucks moving guild, especially if you're attached and you got mates and stuff, but you'll slow down your progress long term if you stay in a guild. Like, you've got nearly 9 million GP, you should be pushing for Reaver. You know, you should be trying to put your best foot forward and get your place in the get yourself in the best position you can. It's likely they would have added it already. Wouldn't the Gungans be Naboo? They could be, yeah. Yeah, they could absolutely be. But it's like, do they want to have synergy between Gungans and Queen Amidala? Maybe. Who knows? I doubt it. I do get your reasoning though, Wolf. It's sound. It's sound enough logic. The Marquis, I have to imagine we're getting Captain Panaka at the very least. And I'm hoping the other one is Obi. Padawan Obi. But I have a feeling it won't be. You've been thinking about changing guilds? Yeah. You should heavily consider it. You've got a good roster. It's a bit rough around the edges in parts, like I said, like stuff like, you know, not being ready for Cal and missing out on Inquisitors and stuff like that. But you've got lots of great GLs. You've got all the good capital ships. So you're in a strong position. You just need to, like, fine-tune it. Padawan Obi would make the most sense. It would. I'm just wondering how it fits and how do they not make it, you know, Galactic Republic Jedi. I think we've got one more, Jeremiah. I think we've got one more. Let me double check on that. Where have I put that bloody page now? Yeah, we've got Wapo. Wapo is next. And then that's the end of our paid reviews. Padawan Obi-Wan should have plus 5,000% offense clause against Sith when a Jedi dies. Whenever a Jedi ally dies, takes a bonus turn and deals 200% additional damage. Thank you, Apple. Could give some prescriptive synergy. There would be Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon, and Queen Amidala. They're fighting together. I wouldn't be against it. My only issue with Queen Amidala working with Qui-Gon is it would ruin his Omicron viability in GAC, because I'm pretty certain they said she's a GAC Omicron character, right? And she's bound to be a leader. So it would be kind of cool, to be honest, if it was Queen Amidala, Captain Panaka, Padawan Obi-Wan, OG Padme, and Qui-Gon Jinn. It would be a kind of cool team. Like, the Padme in there looks weird and stuff, but I could get over that. Let's see how bad your mods are. Absolutely months behind. Does that farming path make sense to you, buddy? Let me just roll this mod score out. Now I need to make sure that I grab the correct thing I'm above. Let's grab it from over here. I mean, the barometer should be better or worse than Meathead's mods, I think. 427596829. So, drum roll please. Is it better or worse than Meathead's mods? You are a winner, sir. Your mods are not as bad as Meathead's. Here we go. We've got 3.41 as a mod score. Not too bad. Not too bad. Could be better, obviously. But worse. No, your mods are better, mate. Your mods are better than Meathead's. 3.41. Like, we would love to see it at like 5.41, 6.41, but 3.41 is perfectly acceptable, especially if you've been doing a little bit of that credit card swipey action, getting some lightspeed bundles and all that good jazz. Yeah, not terrible, dude. Not terrible. Just keep working on these mods, man. You got to get a couple more of these plus 25s. You can only have one character with plus 25 speeds on every mod. That's not good enough. We need this all the way up. You need to have like 50 on the plus 25s, and then we'll be happy. Hear me out. Large character, pod racer Anakin. Can we not just have Anakin inside an N1? But he's not a ship. It's the ground character. And he can just turn it and go. Now this is pod racing. Good stuff, months behind. Thank you so much for your kindness and generosity. The Tarpals Fund thanks you kindly. Alright then, Wapo, we are moving on to you, good sir. I saw you did put in a little bit just now, didn't you? 719698264. Wapo, confirm for me. Por favor, Inquisitor Wapo. Wapo. I'm sure he's a handsome individual. Order 66 Hellions. I recognize that guild name. 7.667633 GP. I like it. Muy bien, Wapo. Muy bien. Okay, so you say your account is 2 years old in 5 days. It's currently closed, gameplay dude. Sorry, man. It's currently closed at the minute. It was a hoarded account, so you're missing a lot of Zetas. It was a hoarded... Oh, you did a hoard account. Oh, that's interesting. I haven't heard of a hoard account in a long time. Like a long-ass time. I remember, like, there was a time when hoard accounts were the thing, right? People used to just hoard for months and months and months and months. Like, wasn't there a guy that... There was a YouTube video on a guy who had, like... It was ridiculous, like... It was like a 4-year hoarded account or something like that. Ready to drop. But, you know, like, hyperdrive bundles came out and basically ruined them. But, yeah, okay. Okay. Sorry, gameplay dude. Sorry, buddy. We're already half an hour past our normal streaming time. And we've done... How many roster reviews did we do today? I feel sorry for the people that missed the Meathead roster review. That was a classic. We've done 1, 2, 3... 4, 5, this is number 6. Is it only 6? I swear we've done more than 6. Maybe we've just been taking our sweet time. Maybe I've just been chilling out, maxing, relaxing, it ain't too taxing, boof. Maybe next time, buddy. 4 years insane, mine was only like 1 year, 65k regular energy. That's so much energy, dude. Wow. Yeah, okay, so you're missing a lot, but you got, like... You got Reaver, though. Were you in a guild that was earning Reaver shards whilst you were hoarding? Like, that's kind of huge. That's kind of huge. I love this. This is sick. You're not sure what to farm. You're thinking leaning towards Leviathan? Okay. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. I mean, I'll be honest, dude. I mean, you could. You could. I'm having a look at this, and I'm seeing you've already got Leia, JML, Jabba the Hutt, Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, and Rey. Considering this is a 2-year account that you hoarded for a year, did you? Did you say you hoarded it for a year, so you're low on Zetas. I can see you're missing some here. and one here. But you immediately focused it into the correct areas. You've got the two most important GLs that are out right now. I definitely think that pushing for more capital ships is the right way. You've only got Executor really working for you. You do have the Inquisitors, so your Chimera counter should be okay. Let's just double check that. Yeah, we've got TIE Defender. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I'm just so boring. TIE Fighter Pilot, we've got the Scythe. We've got the Interceptor, and we won that one last star on that Interceptor. But it's working. So yeah, capital ships are your weak point right now. A terrible scrub. Thank you so much. Donating 20 fat dollars. You got ungrounded. Ungrounded? I didn't realize that that you were grounded, good sir. Thank you so much for a very kind donation. That's incredibly generous of you. You missed it earlier, scrub. We had Meathead in the VC. We were roster roasting him. It would have been a good time. You joined a guild doing 35 Reader Shards thinking her team is pretty good. You'll get Executed 7 stars in 2 months, 4 relics away from Profundity. Oh, huge, dude. So you're basically ready for Profundity. That's amazing. Yeah, definitely. Look, man, I ship that. Get the pun? I ship that. So you're going to finish off Profundity. You're going to finish off Executor really quick. You don't need to wail to get Profundity all the way up there in stars. Getting Leviathan right afterwards means you're done with capital ships, and that's a huge position to be in. So the fact that you've already got the best GLs, then you'll have all the good capital ships. I love this account, by the way. Wow, but this is a huge account. Only reason for leaning towards Leviathan is because there are a few players in the Fleet Shard that are not part of the Shard chat, and they're getting levies soon. I mean, yeah. I mean, that's decent. I mean, you have the counter available. Thank you once again, Scrub Dude. That's awesome. You have the counter to it with Chimera, so you'll be able to beat it. There is a Profundity comp, apparently, that does beat it. It only really gets locked out by 7-star Leviathans, so they would have to wail to get it to 7 stars as well. So there are options. Like, it's still good to have the Leviathan anyway. If you are 4 relic levels away from Profundity, you get that Profundity. That's just 4 relic levels. Like, I don't know what position your Sith Empire are in. Yeah, oh god, yes. Yeah, like, you need to get Profundity, man. Like, you haven't even started on the DR grind. Do you have the Fury class Interceptor? You do. That's huge, man. This account is so weird, dude. This account is so weird. It's like, you know, you don't have Darth Revan, but you've got the Fury class Interceptor and an R7 Malgus. It's like, what? Horde accounts are odd. You've obviously been doing good work inside Conquest, so hats off to you, dude. You're just lacking key Zetas on characters, like the meta teams, like JKR, Jolie, and Cat. Honestly, Wappo, honestly, with the focus that you've got on the top end, the height of this roster, I wouldn't even worry too much about it. You've got a ton of resources, just no signal data. You will never have enough signal data. I assume you burn through all of your energy now, right? Like, this is still really, really good to have. Yeah. Yeah, sorry, you said you've been playing for 2 years, and you only hoarded for 1. Signal data and bronzium wiring suck. Pretty much rule of 2. Yeah. Like that, you'll never have enough signal data. Ever. Not even Karth. I've called Karth. I've called out Karth. Got the Star Killer over here with the triple Omni as well. 2 years, plus 1 year is 3 years, right? Well, I was wondering if 1 year of it was... I was wondering if 1 year of that 2 years was the Horde. Or if he hoarded for a year and then put 2 years into it. I don't know. So, obviously, Wappo, this must be like an alt account for you, is it then? Because people don't tend to do Horde accounts and then farm with this much deliberation. You know? Unless you're just that good, man. Maybe you are just that good. The lack of C is kind of interesting as well. So I went upside down and I saw that your Sith Marauder was down here. I was like, wait up, he doesn't have C? I mean, did you get Bane? Bane. It's your main. You played 2 other accounts, and while I played them, I just hoarded on another. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah. So you didn't get Darth Bane for Conquest. Did you not have the... Were you not able to red box that this last Conquest, Wappo? So you kind of learned the game on your alt accounts whilst your main account was hoarding, essentially, right? So like you must have had the exposure to what is actually a good path to go down, because it's uncommon to see a 7.6 mil with Leia and Jabba and still have these two and still have JML. You unlock after 6 months, you buy the pass and get gold box. Gotcha. Fair enough. Yeah, so you'll get Bane at the end of the Queen Amidala one then. That's fair. So C is less of a priority, I guess, in that respect. You could probably get there for C. I don't know what the rest of your Sith look like, truth be told. I mean, you've obviously got that because of the Slacker, but stuff like Sidious and Dooku and Maul, understandable that those aren't geared up. Excuse me, sorry guys, it's getting late for me now, so I'm tired. Yeah, I think you finish off Profundity, then get Leviathan. You'll be able to deal with the Leviathans in your fleet arena. It really comes down to how sweaty they're going to be. You do need a lot of work on your Sith Empire though. Obviously, Zetas are going to be an issue for you. They're going to be an issue, and that's not really going to go away. What you want to keep an eye out for is the daily Jawa scavenger deals, because not often, sometimes they can give you like seven Zeta mats for 1,600 crystals, and in your position, I would be tempted to drop the crystals in that area if that drops for you. Typically, you can try and influence it by having characters that need Zetas, characters that can have Zetas on and you don't have the mats for. You can sort of influence the Jawa scavenger deal. It's based on your favorited characters for some reason. So if you've got a lot of characters in your roster that need Zetas, if you favorite them, it's more likely to drop that Jawa scavenger deal for you, and it's good crystal value, that is. Should C be a priority with Bane coming up, or are you just planning on a different Bane comp? Bane could easily go with other things. C is obviously the primary. Sitting at 11k crystals. Yeah, good stuff, Wapple. Keep an eye out for it. It's literally, sometimes it's 6, sometimes it's 7 Zetas. It's inside the 1600 crystal pack. It's the most cost-efficient way of getting Zetas. See, Lightspeed bundle should be March or May, is your guess? I mean, we have no idea. We've got nothing to base it off, unfortunately. It could happen, and it would make logical sense to happen, but we don't know if Lightspeed bundles are coming back and when. It makes sense. We don't know when they're coming back, if they're coming back, and what the packs would be. We can make educated guesses about it, but we don't know for sure. Bane seems decent with Lord Vader from what I've seen as well. Not as good as C, but still useful. Yeah, there's a couple of things. I mean, hell, he could actually use Bane with his Darth Malgus. I bet that's still quite nasty, truth be told. Malgus is a heck of a character. Having him alongside Bane would still be pretty good. The entire economy of this game is based on FOMO. I mean, that's mobile gaming in general, right? Is it worth it to gear Cat or Little Cal? You're in between Profundity or Leviathan. So Cat is mostly useful. I say mostly useful with JMK, who you don't have. However, both Cat and Cal fit very nicely under a Rey team. Did you do Ben? Yeah, you got Ben. Okay, so your Commander Ahsoka Tano. Okay, the short story is yes. It's very useful to have. OG Cal, I would only really push if you're also getting ready for Jedi Knight Cal. If you're doing Cal, I would get all the Jedi Knight Cal characters up to Gear 12. They are very useful. It makes Rey much better to deal with. You can also, in the short term, if you didn't want to use Cat with Rey, you could use her with Padme, and that can still take out JMK teams. Your Padme is already up there. So, like, literally a standard Padme team, so like the old school Padme team that we don't really see in late game anymore, which is going to be, Padme, JKA, GK, Snips, and you throw in Commander Ahsoka Tano, that can beat JMK teams. So that's a use you can get out of it, or you can consolidate power and throw Cat under your Rey. It's never a waste. Cat is a phenomenal character. So if you can fit it in, I would advise it, yes. To be fair, Wolf, I wouldn't worry too much about the Malgus mods because he has no Sith Empire. So it doesn't matter. He probably doesn't get any use out of him. You could probably use him to solo some stuff with some proper modding and some Zetas and stuff, but because he is a pain. He is a pain in the bum. So yeah, you've got one of the most interesting accounts I've seen. Horde accounts are crazy. You never see them anymore. Never see them anymore. Let me check, Wapo. Let me check. Let me have a look. Let me have a look at that. Mod score. Ally. Let's see how we're doing. I don't know if you can farm mods. No, I think you need to be level 60 to farm mods, don't you, in a Horde account. Hey, man. We can say this for sure. Your mods are better than meatheads. Because you've got 4.48. That's actually a very respectable mod score. Out of the roster, the accounts that we've been looking at today, this is the best mod score that we've seen, I believe, in comparison to GP. We haven't seen anything like above a 5. So you're doing good on your mods, man. I like it. Your roster has got a lot of focus. And it's not only is it top heavy, which I like. I love top heavy rosters. I think that's the best way to go about business. It's also done in it's like an optimized top heavy, you know? You've basically got all the GL capital ships. You've got the best GLs in the game to work with. There's no real fluff there. So I really, really like it. And your mod game is pretty decent. Obviously, could be better. But this is a really solid start. This is a really solid start for mods. You were using him as a pseudo tank with Treya until you got him relicked. Nice. Why not, Wolfman? He is a solid, solid character. Amazing. With the refresh just happening, I'm now Reaver ready. Hey, congratulations, Cammy. Do you need a Zeta? Do you need a Zeta or Omi for Malgus to tank with Treya? I don't actually know, truth be told. I imagine most of his kit will do the work for him. And his bare stats. You just want to mod him for a bunch of, like, health or defense. Or protection. Start a battle and gains 5% max health and protection for each other Sith ally. Yeah, see, this is just, like, under a full Treya team, he's just going to gain so much stats. Reduced damage from percentage health effects, immune to heal immunity. While debuffed, he gains 10% defense and health steal. While he's taunting, he has 60% counter chance, 20% defense, and less than nasty. He's going to pre-taunt into a full Sith team. I don't think you need it. Like, I think you'd be totally fine. If you just mod him up, throw him under Treya, will be good. It'll be good. Eventually you'll want him. Your Ray does have better modding, I just don't have enough offense. Let's take a look at your Ray. Take a look at... Oh, nice. The Relic 9. Take a look at my Ray mods. She's the only one I got. Offense primaries, health primary. Let's check it out. So 525, 209,000, and 12 point... Yeah, this is a good Ray. It's a good Ray. Like, this is more than enough offense. You've got more than enough speed, and you've got decent health. Your Ray is perfectly fine. I wouldn't be worried about this. She's good. She's good. I want to take my Ray to R9. I really do. I really do. Alright then, Wapo. Anything else that I can do for you today, this fine evening? Good. Well, like, really solid roster, dude. One of the most interesting rosters I've looked at. So, yeah, thanks. Thanks. I appreciate you. All right. We are going to finish up this stream with one more roster review. I believe Generic over here. Generic. Did somebody call Generic actually put that down? Do we have a Generic in the chat? Generic. Because obviously I wrote these down at the start of the stream, so Oh, generic insults. Yeah, now that makes more sense. Okay, tell me a little bit about your roster, dude. You get to have the honor of being the final person of today's roster review stream. Generic insults. This definitely looks like your account. Generic insults, we're rocking the 9.6 million GP. Tell me a little bit of something about your account. Looking for advice on what to go for next. Currently farming for profundity. Okay, so we're taking as read. You are doing profundity. After you finish profundity, where do you go? No worries, Em. Alright, so 9.6. You're rocking, what, 6 GLs, is it? 6 GLs, unless you've got some that are fewer geared. You never know. There's been a couple of times when I've done these roster reviews and I'm like, oh, you have 6 GLs, and there's like one that's gear 11 or something. You're like, oh, okay. Thinking a GL, but I don't have Leo or Jabba. I mean, yeah. I mean, you're about to finish up Profundity, didn't you say? Yeah, so you'll have Leviathan, Profundity, no exec. Oh, no, there's exec, sorry. It's just really weird to see the endurance jump above the exec, you know? Or maybe just fill out other teams that aren't done, like Cat is only R3. Yeah, potentially. But Cat does, like, most of Cat's heavy lifting is done by her kit rather than her stats. She can be chunky and she can be hard to take down and stuff like that. More relics is obviously more gooder. More gooder is more betterer. More betterer means more wins or more defensive holds. But whether or not it's a priority is another matter. You could take it to R5 and leave it there. At least you can equip Datacrons. So, just envisioning in this, you've already got your Leviathan at 7 stars. You've got your Executor, I believe, at 5 stars, and you're nearly done with Profundity. Now, the obvious thing for me, at least, would be you should really have Jabba. You've got a lot of the stuff here in order to make that work, just to get access to the mod slicing materials and the better performance in TB. Now, Leia does offer stuff, but as we've gone over earlier today, we're in a bit of a weird holding pattern right now with the game, with the new raid coming in about 4 months' time, like we're estimating, obviously. And I don't want... I'm not going to call Leia a wasted investment. Even if you only got 2 months worth of use out of her in the new raid, I don't consider that a wasted investment, because ultimately she's a GL, and a darn good one too. And a thumping good one, I'd say, once you've been trained up a bit. Quote that movie / book. So she's not a wasted investment, even if you only got limited benefit out of her. My real conundrum comes down to, would you be better to push for Jabba and have the better benefit to your mod game from having Jabba in your account for that extended period of time, rather than getting Leia? That's the real crux of the issue. Now, obviously, you can fill out teams. There's nothing wrong with sort of... Urek? I don't follow Duff Cake. You're a streamer, Harry. There you go. You must have hit enter too early, was it, Duff? Yeah, you got it. You got it. Oh dear. Oh dear. Yeah, well done, pal. Well done, pal. I'm glad that I'm comfortably in the company of fellow nerds. You know, I don't know if I've ever spoken about this, but I really enjoy listening to audiobooks. I have my entire life because I've always suffered a bit with insomnia. I'm sure many nerds have. So I listen to audiobooks when I go to bed to help me sleep. And my comfort listening audiobooks are just the Harry Potter series, because Stephen Fry does a fantastic job. I just find them incredibly relaxing to put on before I go to bed. So, a little bit of insider information about your boy Scribble there. Anyway, so you were talking about Commander Ahsoka Tano in particular. Let's just take a look at some of those middle investment things. I mean, like, Maul could go further, but you don't have... Oh, no, you do have Lord Vader, don't you? Did you have Lord Vader? Yeah, you got Lord Vader. So, I mean, Maul could have a little bit more investment. I mean, honestly, some of the GLs could be pumped up. Like JML going to R9 would really help. Because it just transforms his character. He gains so much in terms of viability at Relic 9 compared to anybody else. I'd have to recommend that. I know you've just done Leviathan and you're about to finish up on Profundity. You might want to take your JML up there to R9. I know that's a big ask. An R9 on any account is a big ask, but it's very, very valuable. Let's go back over here then. So, and you know, stuff like Bane, again, he's an attacker. You kind of want to have him at minimum sort of Relic 7. The Inquisitors you've done for Reva, which is fab. Commander Ahsoka Tano, yeah. I honestly, I don't really want to place too much emphasis on her. I know it sounds a little bit odd. Because there was a time, like mine, I took to R8 on mine, but that was in a different day. That was when JMK was the top of the meta and every relic level mattered, and I was using her to clear the Sith raid and stuff like that, and all the extra stats and all the extra mastery really helps JMK. In this day and age, I mean, I don't like seeing her at Relic 3. I'd feel more comfortable at Relic 5, even better at Relic 7, but I just don't think it's a priority. It's something you can circle back round to once you've got your feet on the ground and you've got all your GLs done and stuff like that. That's just my personal take on it. Other people might disagree. I'm trying to give the best advice I can. I think you can quite comfortably ignore Bo. It's a shame about the Chiarimundi. CG tells you who to R8 and R8. Yeah. It's called platoons. Nah. It's called brand new legendary events that come to the game. That's what necessitates R8s and R9s. New capital ship comes out, R9 these characters. New GL comes out, R7, R8 these characters. Slowly buying camshaws with get 3s, it's very slow. It is generic. I feel like it's kind of this dichotomy of being in the modern day where you can actually get a bunch of things really, really quickly thanks to the Lightspeed bundles and thanks to the changes in raid rewards and stuff like that. But the other side of it is you're not running GOTB, so getting things like Watt and getting things like Cam becoming inordinately expensive and take a while, you know? It's unfortunate. I mean, you got Fennec up there. She just needs the lovin'. I'm going to leave the decision to you as far as Jabba / Leia goes for your next GL. My preference would be Jabba, but I think you have to make the decision yourself. I don't know if you're pushing at all into the Gungans. Oops, I did click, but I must have missed. You're not pushing for the Gungans, so you're not trying to prep for that new faction. Do you Redbox Conquest? Make sure you guys do swing around on Thursday's stream, by the way, for the unlock of Tarpals. We're going to be whaling him to 5 stars. Gold box usually. Looking at one more for Bane. Oh, nice. So you're doing pretty good. I'd highly advise trying to get up there and get the red box if you can. I know it's difficult. I'll be putting out videos as soon as we get the new requirements for the new conquest. Future predicting, but I think Cam goes into the guild store like Watt and Wampa. I think he'll be needed for the raid, much like JKL into Jabba for the crate. Potentially he's the right era. He's the wrong time for the film, obviously, because he wasn't around for Phantom Menace, but they could throw him in there. It would be a little bit painful if they did, but it could happen. My graphics card wants to update its drivers. Not right now, graphics card. Thank you kindly. It could happen. I think CG do need to address the Cam farm because I think it's a little bit unfair to spend Get 3 to get characters like Cam. Cam is a very, very good character. He's incredibly powerful and like transforms teams like Qui-Gon Jinn and even Keller and Beck and stuff like that, you know. But it's just such a costly and slow progress. I'll be here for me. We're wrapping up the stream now, Cammy. Oh, sorry. Are you talking about on the Thursday stream? Yeah. Just put Cam in rote somewhere. I mean, they could, but... I mean, technically, they could put him as a bonus mission on Geonosis, right? That would be really cool. Could you imagine if they just picked up the 501st Shakti mission and placed it inside Geonosis? They could also do the what one as well. That would be really cool. I tell you what. Here's this. How about this for a suggestion? We'll go full screen. How about this for a suggestion? They put in the Wat Tambor and the Kiadi Mundi missions as special missions on Geonosis, but you can only play them if you don't have a 7-star Wat/Cam. Or you can play them, but you'll only earn the rewards if you don't have a 7-star /Wat or Cam. So you could earn it for the rest of your guild, but if yours is already at 7 stars, you get nothing. So it's like, it's there, it doesn't get territory points, it just gives you the mission. That would be cool, man. Somebody ping Meathead and suggest it to him. Because it's cruel the way it is currently, I feel. I think that would be a nice way of doing it. You still have to earn it. CG technically don't have to do any more work, because it's already coded, it's already there. Geonosis is a dark side planet, yeah. But we know that they can code it to work, because you can code mixed to have light side, dark side mixed. So there must be a way for them to say, oh, yeah, just this one mission on this planet is going to be light side. This is CG we're talking about. I got something for you to tell, Meathead. What is it, Wolfie? Now, who do I know who knows Meathead? Oh, Scribe, I got something for you to tell Meathead. Yeah, let me just slide into Meathead's DMs real quick. We'll slide into his DMs and we'll have a word about special missions on Geonosis. I like that because I don't know if anyone has Cam in my guild at 7-star. We're all buying him through the shop. And, you know, I think CG probably want people spending that get 3 to get those old characters, but I still think it would be a nice gift. It would be a nice gift for the players, I feel. Crap, I forgot. Let me ask Scribe again. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the tribe, buddy. So yeah. Generic insults, I'm kind of at a loss now, buddy. Maybe my brain is just switching off because it's had enough of thinking for the day. I think your roster is good. I think it's in a good position. I think you are sorely missing Jabba, in particular. I think Jabba would massively change yours. Don what? Don. Don't forget to set your dark side defenses for Gak for the rest of the season. Carthrick, not all of us have got 11 doubt crons, mate. That's cool. Greatly appreciate the advice. We'll go for a GL and circle back to finish the other teams. That's my general advice. Yeah, that's my general advice. Yeah, cool business. All right, we're going to close up here because I am really tired, guys. I'm sorry. It's been a very long day for your boy Scribble. I've been up since the crack of dawn. I had 5 hours of back-to-back meetings. Back to back. And then we've done, well, how many hours? How long have we been streaming, guys? Nearly 4 hours. I'm just working 1.5 jobs today, apparently. All right, let's find some of the raid, shall we, guys? It's been sick. I've had a really good time. Thank you, everybody, for hitting our Tarpals goal. We got pretty close, actually, to the Vault and a half. That will take us to 6-star, probably 7 stars. So I'm happy about that. Thank you all so much for supporting. Make sure you swing around tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to go live with GAC. It's going to be sick. It's going to be cool. And then Thursday we're going to be doing the Tarpals unlock. So it's going to be a busy, busy time, guys. It's going to be busy. It's going to be busy. It's going to get funky. Let's go ahead and see who's live in a minute. Catch you tomorrow for Gaction. Hell yeah, brother. If you want to feel sad, convert the shop currency cost of Cam to what you could get for Kairos. Oh. 14, but who's counting? Oh, Carthrick. Carthrick, you vile. Sleep tight and peace out. Yeah, peace out, everybody. I'm going to find someone for us to raid. I'm going to find someone to... Oh, YouTube folk, before you go, do your brother Scribble a kindness and hit that like button, please. And just leave a comment saying how handsome my shiny bald head is. It'll make my evening and I'll sleep like a baby. I can see Pirate Software is live. He's playing Hell Divers too. So I'm going to send you guys over to him and he's going to be like, who the hell's Scribe Gaming? Maybe he'll do a short on it and it'll be awesome. I like Pirate Software. He's good people. Peace out, guys. Big love.